What's that?
Welcome to the Critical
Wait, can
Miss.
you do that again and pull your collar? Without Tom's stupid hand?
Oh yeah,
Shut
Tom! That just didn't fuck my face.
Even worse.
They can all see it.
Can cameras record other cameras?
No.
Not today.
It's a blank screen, Tom.
It's not supposed
Alright,
to be though.
The joke has ended.
Are you telling the audience to look at your photograph?
Look at this photograph.
Yes! Yes!
Yes!
Oh, I wish I had my rifle on me so I could just end it right now.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another rousing edition of the Critical Miss.
Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I am your host, Matt. What? Did we turn it on?
I've never turned it on, so I'm not the person.
Now it's on.
We're a high quality stream.
Now it's on, and I.
What did we pay you for?
Cut the stream.
That's fine.
I mean, no, because I can hear through those always, so that's what throws me
Also,
off.
you're in the room.
Great,
so I was just kidding.
Great start to the stream, everybody.
Yes.
No, that was the joke.
I'm just gonna cut all this out.
That was the joke, bro.
No, this is
Fix it in post.
live. What? We're live. Fuck it, we're doing it live. Hello,
Can I
everybody.
do you live?
Yes. Welcome to the Critical Miss. Now, right now, that's Twitch will lose our subscribers.
That's true.
Well, people will start.
I thought this was Pornhub.
No, not yet.
Damn it.
Congratulations, everyone. You can check out the Critical Miss on Pornhub.
Don't do it.
No. Too bad we weren't recording that time that you guys like bent over that boss and called him one head.
Dungeons and Dragons commence!
It wasn't a sexual
La la
joke.
la 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 la!
We don't know with you, though.
Dragons!
We don't know.
True statement.
Dungeons!
I need to make an announcement before we start.
Yes, Christian.
I mean, everyone else is.
Teaming to make
real
this announcement.
Get into Ray
This is a
Charles.
fake real announcement. What I have to say to start off, I am very disappointed in all of you.
What is that?
It has been 10 weeks, and no one has noticed a very important detail, and I'm very, very sad. I did a little social experiment. I decided to wear the same shirt for 10 weeks in a row, and no one has mentioned,
You know,
or even called me on it. I thought it was going to happen last week.
I
What's
did
your
call you on it
necklace?
because I did say, why are you wearing long sleeves? But I didn't catch that it was the same shirt.
Don't worry, it's better than at work. I've been wearing the same shirt for 2.5 months.
Christian, you're not
I
giving
wash
me
it.
credit.
I wash it.
You're not
Okay.
giving me credit. I was the only one that noticed.
On a
Maybe
specific
because
day?
I watch, but
What? No, every day.
Every day you wear the
Every
same
day.
shirt, and you
I don't have
watch
a
it?
uniform.
Has anyone called you out on it?
No.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
people don't-
specifically tried to wear different shirts every
people
time.
don't notice things
Is
apparently.
this like a
We have
social
talked about it
experiment thing, or
exclusively.
like
That was just me being curious. I was like, how long will it take him to notice? I thought 2 weeks max someone will call me out on it. Now I'm too far deep to turn back, and I don't know
Well,
what
you
to
see,
do.
I only see you once a week, so it wouldn't be that weird for you
That's
wearing
true.
that shirt.
What's the
Like,
shirt?
you know.
For all we
the
know,
shirt?
that's your Wednesday shirt.
Yeah, I don't know how you operate as a
That's
human.
Well,
Friday,
office
Saturday.
attire is shirt and tie usually. During the summer, you can lax down a little bit. So I wear a 5 towns collared t-shirt, and it's got the symbol and everything on it. And
Do
I
you
wear
have
that
more
every
than
day.
one said shirt?
Yes, I have 2.
It's maroon.
And
Okay, so people just assume.
Switch it out.
Switch it up.
yes, but no one has even mentioned it.
That's fair.
You know, those of us listening on the podcast, they wouldn't know anyway because they're just listening.
And they wouldn't know that you're wearing sunglasses.
Oh, by the way, that leads us into our announcements.
Yeah.
Yeah!
You like that?
I did.
That
Boom.
was good. I like that. Quality. So, yes,
They call
if
it
you like listening to podcasts, we are on Spotify,
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
shit.
we are
Oh, I
on
didn't even hear.
Apple iTunes,
Oh shit.
That's dumb.
and we are on Google Play.
Oh shit.
And I'm pretty sure that's the only things people listen to podcasts on. I'm not sure.
Podbean.
Stitcher, Podbean.
Podbean is also, yes, that's a thing.
I don't. I have.
We're on
We're
that
also
one as well.
using Podbean.
The internet. The internet is a whole
No,
thing.
we're not on the internet.
I've heard of that.
We gotta-
Google us and
Interwhistle.
yeah.
We're not quite there yet, buddy.
We didn't connect the tubes yet.
No. But yeah, so if you want to check us out on podcast because you can't watch videos if you're at work or something, we understand. So I believe the first
Some of
5
them.
episodes are up, should be up there, and the rest are coming soon.
The first
So,
several at least.
several
Soon?
at least.
Soon's coming?
No, that's 3 or more, correct? No, soon.
Nondescript
There's some.
amounts. Several.
Somewhere between 3 and 5.
I'm still getting used to the RSS thing
Because
because
a
it's
couple is-
super confusing.
Like, a couple is 2,
set
is 3.
Yeah.
The several is more than 3, right? Yeah.
There should be several, yes,
Okay.
but there might be a couple.
It's a murder of
I've always
podcasts.
assumed a handful is 5.
Seems non-committal.
I am extremely non-committal because I kept pressing refresh and it was like, maybe. That's the best I get from these fucking websites, so I don't know what to tell you. And if you're sponsoring this from that website, I love you. Just saying.
I also have technically 2 announcements, if that's okay.
Sure, just keep cutting my announcements.
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Nickelback.
Ha ha ha, 1171, aka Sternglass, and our very own SSG Midnight Panda. Welcome back to the Critical Brigade.
Yay!
Does that mean
so-
resubscriptions?
Woo! That's what that means.
You guys did it, and then you did it again.
You know what they call that?
That's the raucous way to say it.
You know what they call that? A callback! No, wrong show.
So remember how I said I missed you guys last week? I'm retracting that statement.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
That's alright.
Yeah, feelings mutual.
Is there any other? Is there any other?
No, just as always, if you have a Twitch Prime, I'm not saying you should throw it at us, but I'm also saying you should throw it at us.
Yeah, you should throw it at us.
So hit that subscription button, because I think
Throw
it's
your
still...
Twitch Prime all over.
I'm pretty sure Amazon...
We
today
want to be
is still
swimming. We want to be
Yes.
swimming in your Twitch Prime.
swimming all up in those Twitch Primes. And that's it.
I don't know if you are, but we're not.
So without
That's how
further ado,
I
we're
only know what
taking
I'm
it
talking
back.
about.
Not to Nickel, to Burwell.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. So eloquently throw it to me. I'm absolutely ready. Let's talk about what happened last time on the Critical Miss.
I heard I was tending to some horses.
You did for a long time.
I like horses. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I told everybody this. It was all your own fault.
We don't know what you're doing with the horses, but we all assume.
Your
Taking good care of it.
group found their way after the werewolf incident of 2 episodes prior. Your group found their way after a brief conversation with Captain Stephen Brian Holt in Middlebrook. Found themselves on their way to Hohenheim. After another 3 to 4 days journey, they eventually wound up at the gates and were let in. There, they had a very interesting conversation with Leopold Vosk, the seeming leader of said town or
This guy
city.
likes us, right? It's a guy
It's-
who knows you, right? There we go.
Yes, yes.
That's
He
the.
doesn't like me so much anymore. I called him out a little bit.
You guys share a mutual interest currently. I'll say that. After some brief conversations regarding the mission ahead, the subterfuge in Valentrost, you guys then made your way to the Craggett estate, known as the Seaside Manor, where you investigated the disappearance of an orange-gemmed diadem, said to be worth a huge sum of money.
Was it in the room or requirement?
It was not.
I'm surprised you didn't get
She did last
I got
time.
it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got it.
Yeah.
After some
We all
brief interviews and feeling around inside of the house, gathering some insights, you guys decided rather than do a full investigation, you lined up everybody and you said, "Fuck it, zone of truth,"
that. I like that idea.
where you are compelled not to lie, although some people still attempted to. It was during this time that it was revealed that Rolf had planned, in cahoots with another member, to steal the diadem away from its rightful owner. The second partner soon turned out to be the young child of the owner of the house, Jackson. When confronted, Rolf grabbed Jackson and fled towards the door, where he was met by Dyrus standing firmly in front of him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit him with the drop toe hold and get him to the 619. Let's go. Oh, just kidding. Oh wait, real quick, just because I know if there are people that are just listening to the podcast, they don't know who we are. So could we just say our names and our characters real quick, and we
No.
go around?
I forget.
No.
Well, cool. So my
Yes,
name is
sir.
Matt. I play Dyrus.
My name's Jennifer. I play Phelan.
I'm Nikolai, and I am raucous.
My name's Chris, and I play Garrett Deacon.
I abstain.
Cool.
I'm Christian. I play Lugan Leon.
And not featured in this episode is Sean, who plays Eric, and then our illustrious DM.
A lot, flattery will get you everywhere.
Just a second.
Our illustrious, well-endowed DM
You don't have your character sheets?
on Pornhub exclusively.
Fair enough.
Please do not.
Please don't update it. I know my health and stuff.
You have the old ones?
No, you have one
I don't
health.
have.
You don't have anything? Okay. Do you remember your attack modifier? Because that shouldn't have changed from last week. It
I
was
did
just.
not, and I do remember.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Alright,
Just
so.
keep track of your health somewhere.
Yeah.
You can write down, that's all, yeah.
Every time you roll, you have to say fuck if we're doing it live.
Yeah.
You have
I
you
want
have
to,
Raucus's sheet over there, Kevin? Because
Yes.
through there I will be able to determine his saving throws should he need them.
Oh yeah, you can just write down the numbers.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, just copy down the steps.
You want a post-it note?
And just up your HP to whatever it got up to. Unless you did that already. Did you up his HP? Okay. Yeah, so just write down your HP.
Is this somebody's hammer?
When you rolled it last time.
That's Ruckus.
That's Ruckus. There you go.
Well, we got
Hey,
one down.
we got one thing. We're doing it live.
This should be yours too.
Nice. All right.
Very
So-
gassy today. I apologize to everyone.
We're gonna jump in right where we left off. A panic-stricken looking Rolf turns and meets eyes with Dyrus.
Wait, one question. Is Rolf the son of a shepherd?
He is not.
They made that joke already, Tom.
I wasn't here last week.
I know, but we already made it.
Oh, speaking of which, Xanier's there. We'll say he arrived just before the interrogation.
That's fair.
Okay.
You had saddled up the horses outside of the town. Then it took you a little bit to find them because you thought they would be with Vosk, but when you went to Vosk, they weren't there. You were directed from there to the seaside manor, and you arrived shortly after. We'll say that.
Yep.
So, in this scene, Leon, you are the closest to Rolf currently because you were doing the questioning. As he moves out of range of you, do you wish to do anything?
They're just sort of running
Yes.
towards the door.
He just kind of picked him up like a football and started running at me.
Clearly you got that.
There's no
It's got a football.
Let's go punch him.
There's no immediate like yelling or screaming from
kind of
Jackson's end. So it is entirely up to you what you choose to do. I would say leaving your engagement, he would have you would be able to take a bonus action on him should you or a reaction on him should you so choose.
I like it.
And Dyrus is by the door,
Dyrus is by the door, yes.
Then,
I'm opposite you, basically.
and they're running towards you.
Yeah.
I would do nothing then.
So go
Can
ahead.
I cast Entangle in front of them?
You can, but given the zone that it's in right now, you would kind of hit every zone. It's a 20-foot cube, right?
Yes, a 20-foot square.
Okay, so is it
Yeah.
creatures in the square or is it everybody?
It's grasping weeds and vines, sprout 20-foot square. A creature in the area must succeed on a strike saving throw.
About
Okay,
it.
so yeah, you cast entangle. What are the components for that?
Just visual,
She's a rock.
verbal, somatic.
Oh, that's right. She has her focus.
Yeah.
So you wave your focus out in front of you for a second, and you can see these spectral, almost ethereal vines and thorns start growing from the floor. Considering the size of this room, yeah, I'm gonna need everybody to make strength saving throws.
While we're doing it, can we get a battle map maybe?
Give me a challenge.
That makes sense.
I'd like a reroll.
I would appreciate a inspiration die so I can roll this shit.
Roll. Do I roll it on myself?
Cool.
What's
Do
up?
I roll it on myself?
All right, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, right.
If it's all creatures in the zone,
Yeah.
then yes. But give me a second because there may be a way for you to place it where you don't hit everybody.
Okay.
Don't hit
It's-
me, please.
It's a good point to kind of get a battle map going right now.
I'm fine.
I know that you're
Yeah,
toxic.
Dice here.
Oh, Johnny Cool over here.
Giant cool.
Get back to your chair.
Cool
Your time in the chair is over.
I wasn't even in the chair.
What's a chair?
Give him a chair.
The chair's the 4 things you had in your car today.
What car?
Good point.
What's a car?
I drove it.
Oh, we had so many
Debatable.
cups here.
Who am I?
We had so many cups.
Where?
Probably the ones I brought last time.
Well, there's the chalice. There's my
There's a
little
bag
cup.
full of cups.
There's a bag full of cups.
Oh my lord.
There's a lot of cups.
Those are never. Those aren't real.
Are they
Those
my
aren't
cups?
real.
Not Carly.
Only watching my car again?
No, Brian basically.
No,
called
we-
that
we-
one
who's
Doppel.
we?
He
Did
said-
we already have a rant about that show?
No.
No, I had a rant
always here
about
in our
Miranda
hearts.
Cosgrove, not about the show.
Yeah, she sucks.
Now, as I said, this is a long room, a very long study room.
Main character and the worst part of that show.
Did I check something?
It's
All those
on.
characters in that show were really good.
Yeah.
She just can't act for shit.
No. Yeah, Miranda, if you're watching, stop.
I think she did because she hasn't been on anything.
Go make School of Rock 2.
There we go.
It's what the fans have been
It's
asking
not 30 by 30.
We'll
It
go
would,
back to
this
Ashley
would be.
Josh.
They did do.
Very good
They
job.
yes, but they well never mind.
They broke
I
up.
did
I know.
I did really like the School of Rock reunion that they did.
Because she wasn't there.
She was there. She was standing in the background.
Bees or anything.
Not singing.
They did a 15-year reunion where the kids were all like grown up. They did like a whole set. It was actually really cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And they all still play their instruments. And
All right.
They all suck. And
So-
I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna grab everybody.
I just wanted to turn it around real
Be
quick.
happy to know you've been promoted to battle map guy.
Oh, I
Battle map guy.
We'll appreciate it, Dark, whoever you have on there.
Dars said he was over here. Leon was the most forward talking to people.
Irish Myris.
Huh?
And
Did you feel good,
then-
Nikolai? I just knew, okay.
I was like, did you read
Where are
something?
these?
Oops, extra vision glasses? Like
They're
super
in the
extra?
box. They're just in bags within that
No, I'll
box.
let you know when we'll change it
Here's one.
We'll change it.
Probably
We
the
damn well
easiest
feel
way
like
to do
it.
it.
It's actually my option to do.
It's gonna take some
Not if I
time.
pull the plug
Oh boy.
Plug
of the computer.
Boxes
from
underneath
there.
this.
Yeah.
Sean says,
That's a lot of
good
effort.
luck,
You ate a lot of
HF
food.
today.
That's.
I know you do.
All right, you got it.
Oh,
It was a bluff.
So simple. Have
Good luck.
fun.
Have fun.
I feel very old.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we used to write that on StarCraft.
And Lee.
Oh, good old StarCraft.
Before the game started, GLHF.
I was like, should
I
I
used to be
continue?
so bad.
I used to be so bad, but really enjoy being bad.
Just spaced out
I'm
letters.
surprised you were bad at that
Just
game.
random ones.
That's like up
You
your
know what?
alley.
It's just when I was younger, I just didn't have a lot of like speed to my actions per minute were really
Yeah,
slow.
yeah.
So in that game, and I didn't understand the concept of building more than one barracks because one was building my Marines. Why did I need two of them? You know? And then like I saw like professional players, they had like 7 barracks. I'm like, why the hell do they have so many barracks? This is stupid. And I'm like, oh, they're winning. Oh, because they'll have more of the things.
That's why I was ranked like top 1,000 in the world in that game, and
Yep.
I wasn't even ranked top 100,000.
I
Because
used
the
to be-
first top 100,000 were all South Koreans.
These are just gonna be people.
Yes, I always knew when I was facing a South Korean in a rank match because they would kill me before I had about.
Get off our server, you're too good.
Pretty much. They were very, very talented.
Alright, these guys look really strong. I don't
Must
No,
be
no,
cool
no,
to have
these
video
are-
games as
no.
your national
They're,
sport.
we're fighting Thanos, dude? Come on!
Oh, no, not Thanos!
Ridiculous.
They got none of the spot.
I didn't sign up for this shit.
There's young Jackson.
Everyone roll your dice, see if you get snapped.
Wait, what level is that right now?
5.
I guess
Ooh,
Is
better.
it spoilers if
Young
it's been 2
Jackson.
months?
Alright.
I saw something for Pirates of the Caribbean, whatever number we're up to, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm offended. I'm like, it says this guy's dead. And he turns around and goes, he's like, the movie's been out for like 5 years. I'm like, nonsense! Spoilers!
You can't use logic with me. How dare you?
So, this is the room you want to cast Entangle.
Yes.
Currently, Leon was up here talking with Rolf.
Which one's Rolf?
This is Rolf with Jackson.
Oh, okay.
You dare mock
So
me,
he grabs
Echoid?
Jackson. He's gonna move. You got to about here before you could cast the spell. So where would you want to cast it?
You can hit just him.
I'm gonna,
absolutely.
yeah, try
not
to just
just
hit.
him,
Oh, he's running this way towards. Nah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in
Well,
trouble.
you
have a
saw
name.
him moving that way.
Okay, so I'll cast it. It's 20, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I guess I have to cast it like within the room, unless I can just cast it on him and the kid.
So essentially, you're getting here.
Yeah.
So
You can get some of them. It doesn't hurt anybody.
You know.
Stops them.
Yeah, or tries.
All right. So
Try.
Jackson would not have to make a saving throw because he's being held.
Right. Unless
So
he
it
gets
would
dropped.
be Rolf. The
Thanos.
dragon person is Delilah, and Thanos
Yes,
was
Actual names.
Xenia.
Yes, that's me.
So that's
No,
a
You're pronouncing it
16.
Just beats.
Okay.
Ooh,
16
recast
for
it.
Rolf. A natural 1 for Delilah.
Haha, nerd.
And Xenia, natural 15.
It's
So she would
pronounced
pass as
Daniel,
well.
Yeah.
and I'm also not in the square, so you don't need to roll.
So now, does that create rough terrain, or is it just anybody who...
Difficult terrain.
It's difficult terrain.
Mhm.
Okay, so that would mean his speed is somewhat limited.
Mhm.
He moved 2 spaces already, so he has another 2 to move. He would use the rest of his movement upon seeing Leon to move this way.
Better run.
1, 2, 3, 4. Now that he's left,
Is there an exit that way?
There is not, actually. As you look towards the back of the room, that is the back wall of the house. There are windows on the side of the room to the right, but there does not appear to be an exit that way.
Can I start
But
making
he's just moving backwards, holding the kid.
Can I swing, jump around on him?
You
Go around. Jump around.
jump around like this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'd be able to get right about there. But as you move forward, he kind of takes the kid and actually puts the kid behind him, away from you.
Scream real loud.
And he
man.
says, let me take out my script that I wrote for this.
Oh, should we
Oh
all
my
take out our
God.
scripts?
No.
Oh, everyone turn to page
Wait,
34.
we're supposed to have scripts?
Nope, I do.
Yours
because-
just says Navy SEALs. It's fine.
There's a
Okay.
typo on page 18.
Mine's in Italian.
Oh, perfect.
Who wrote this?
Use guys
seriously
got some
learn
explaining
Italian.
to do.
I took it for 6 years with
Oh,
2 of them, or 3 of them with that guy.
Probably
I
more than
apologize.
that.
We misspelled Kasmooch. Didn't know how to spell it considering it's not
This
a
is-
word.
Yeah, we don't have the actual.
This isn't
spelling
even real
yet.
Italian. It just says boppity boopy all over the page.
As he's moving backward, in a hurried voice, he kind of holds his hand out to you. Puts his hand on the hilt of his sword and he says, "Stop!
In the
Stop!
name of love.
What's done is already done. If you attempt to interfere any further, you're signing this boy's death warrant."
You better start explaining, because. Or you looking mad suspicious
He looks.
right now.
Does anybody else react when he's doing this?
I would like to.
No, I mean like of the.
You're
of the
trying
other
to.
people.
You're trying to watch.
I don't, because I see that they've got that under control.
Okay.
Or it seems like at least.
Sure.
Whatever. It seems like. I'm gonna look at everyone else and see what they're doing. Who looks surprised and who does not.
You can make a perception check.
Do it, dog.
No. 8.
From
Hi.
where you're standing, everybody's back is to you watching
Yeah,
the scene,
good
so
point.
it's kind of hard to see or really get a view for facial expressions right now.
Okay.
And as he talks, he has his hand back behind the child and he says, his gaze moves from you to the lady of the house, Eleanor.
Which is which one here?
Eleanor would be this one back here.
Okay.
Eleanor.
Okay. Should I step up next to her?
You can.
Well, this is okay.
Okay. He says, "Sorry, ma'am. Bad time to do it, but needless to say, I quit. I serve someone greater now. I've made a deal with the being trapped within the stone. A deal that is final.
That always works out.
I'm required to act in the creature's best interests. That included stopping the selling of this stone. Wish you'd have just accepted it as stolen. That way we could have avoided all of this. You can sell half the things in that room and never have to work a day again in your life, you greedy bitch."
Oh!
Wow.
And she has this shocked look on her face and seems very, very worried for her child currently.
Can I just like put my arm like in front of her and try to like push her back a little bit?
You
Not
can
forcefully, just kind of like guide
you
her
try
back.
and you
failed
feel
to
a
save,
resistance.
right?
You can attempt to continue pushing, but it seems
Failed
like
to
she
save, right?
she's motherly instincts are taking over and she's trying to get as close to her son as possible in this moment.
Ma'am, I understand, but you need to move back
I
right
have
now.
to stop him.
We're planning on it. Just you need to move back.
Okay. And she well, let's see. Make a persuasion check.
Shit.
Tyrus is great to talk to people. It's fine.
No.
3.
Just getting better.
You're a liar!
You're holding her in place, but she continues to try and
That's
move
fine.
forward. currently.
I just have to know that I tried.
So do I have a line of sight on this fucko?
A line of sight on him.
Oh yeah, I do.
Well, let's see what he has to
So-
say
Straight
first.
line, really.
Let's let him finish.
So,
Let's let him finish.
well, who we let finish this guy?
Okay. Go on, Sky, we'll talk.
It's, I mean, if you wish to interrupt him with an attack, you can.
I'm not gonna shoot him yet.
I mean, you can say you have your gun trained on him if you would like to.
Yeah. No, let him finish what he has to say, and then
Jump to hard B.
Hard B.
He kind of looks over all of you. You know how much I get paid here? 3 gold a week. A week. I work 7 days a week. The time I'm not working, I'm sleeping. Sound worthwhile to you?
Not
Meanwhile, She sits in here counting her money. Greedy. I can't stand it anymore.
You shouldn't have been a puss and joined the army. Pay better. You work 7 days a week.
What are you, a recruiter?
No.
Don't talk to me about my business.
I cocked my gun and I pointed at him.
Aren't you no longer part? Let the man finish.
I've made a deal. The creature inside the stone. I know full well what he is and what he's capable of. He's a devil. And I would like you to make a religion check, please.
Ooh.
If you're trained in religion.
Oh, I'm trained.
I
I am religion.
I was gonna say I'd be very upset with you if you like grew up in a church and weren't trained in religion.
What's religion?
Anybody who is trained in religion actually can
Nope.
make a...
Intelligence, isn't it? Oh, was that like a joke question?
What?
That was a joke, yes.
Oh,
What?
I'm good at
Oh,
social
oh.
stuff.
23.
Yeah.
23. Okay.
That's
You do know
20 more than I
that...
rolled.
You do know that in the Nine Hells there are a couple of different types of operatives. There are archdemons, archdevils, demons, and devils. Demons are sort of the more mindless killing and slaughter and blood splatter. Devils are tricksters. They like to make deals. And you do know that a deal with a devil is an absolute. Breaking a deal with a devil has harsh consequences.
Get your soul.
So is this devil trying to get to Georgia, or what's the deal?
I'm sorry?
Is the devil trying to get to Georgia, or what's
No.
the deal?
Or is it more of like a crossroads devil coming after one of the Winchester boys?
Kind of, sort of, a little similar, more similar, more similar.
Alright.
I like it. I like it.
Sam.
Sir.
Not Rolf. Who's holding Rolf? Or who's
Yeah, Rolf is-
Jackson
Rolf
is
is
the
holding
boy.
Jackson.
Idiots.
Oh, sorry, Jack. Okay. First off, Rolf. Next time,
Get it.
first step, quit your job. Don't go making deals with devil. Next, what did you trade?
Well, I'm to act in the creature's best interests. I help him escape his prison inside the gem. He goes on his way.
For?
Money. Gold. Enough to save me a lifetime. He uses my body as a vessel until he can return to the Nine Hells. And after that, I get paid handsomely and we go our separate ways.
And if you fail?
If I fail to release him from the curse, well, I die. You look like a religious man. You know what happens to people who skimp out on deals with devils.
That's what I'm asking. I'm making sure you understand.
I do. Believe me, I looked it up. I did some research before. I did some in a book.
I read a book about it, it's okay.
I looked up this creature before I made a deal with him. He's in the service of Maman. He wants gold, riches. He's not here to kill people. He's not here to bring hardship. He's
like most devils.
greedy. And he preys on the greedy. Guilty.
It's just a shame. I wish you would have, just reached out first. Like, it seems like for money, that's such a petty reason to sell your soul.
You would think, but imagine being surrounded by wealth all of your life, not being able to taste it once.
Nah, I don't get it.
Most people just ask for a raise. I mean,
Or you
I have.
this seems a little
You
bit
think I
extreme.
haven't asked for a raise? You think my first foray into trying to get a little bit more money out of her is making a deal with the devil?
It certainly sounds that way.
Why don't you just leave and take a dump on the floor as your parting gift?
Why would I? We're not talking 100 gold here. We're not even talking 1,000 gold. Untold riches.
Oh.
Okay?
Where?
He's a devil of greed. He serves Mammon. Mammon, who most people would recognize the name of an archdevil, is essentially the apex of greed. He seeks out actively treasure and corrupts the heart of those who also seek treasure to act in his will.
Leon, you heard of this Mammon guy?
Yeah, he's bad news.
Does he shit out money?
I wouldn't phrase it like that, but sure.
Oh. So I was gonna say, how's he gonna get all this money if it doesn't exist? But hey.
So let me get this.
Why are
straight.
you all here today?
To earn money.
Exactly. I'm earning too.
Let me get this straight. You think that a devil who is all about greed is going to cut you a piece of the pie?
I've already signed a contract. This is pennies to him. He's been trapped in this soul for the better part of a decade. In this stone for the better part of a decade. All he wants is to return to the service of Mammon. And all I want is to be well compensated for my efforts.
You're dumber than you look.
Fair enough. But does that mean you're going to try and stop me?
So
How are you gonna get him out of the stone?
That's where he comes in. And he kind of puts his hand out behind Jackson and pushes him forward a little bit. Boy's a sorcerer. But you didn't even know that, did you? He says, looking over to Eleanor, who has a look of surprise on her face. Wild magic, too. Powerful, even at a young age. He can undo the spells. I know all the glyphs, all the seals. I've looked them up. 'Twas her husband who imprisoned him. So, are you gonna try and stop me here? You know what happens to people who skimp out on deals with devils, and I'm not the only person who's made one.
Who else has made a deal with the devil?
And his eyes slowly drift down towards Jackson.
What deal did you make?
You're asking Jackson?
Ruckus is looking only at Jackson.
Jackson kind of sheepishly bows his head, and then he looks up and he said, "The man said he knew where Daddy was. If I helped him get out, he'd bring him back."
What'd you do before this, Ralph? Before you were a shitty guard.
Sorry.
I only say that because I assume if you were a good guard, you'd be making more money. Or you could at least get a
I
better
was a
job.
shitty barback. And before that, I was a shitty thief.
How do you
So
fail
not a
at
well-learned man, then, I assume.
How do you fail at being
All right,
a
then.
barback? All you
So-
have to do is clear glasses.
I
So
wasn't good at
assume-
it.
How are you?
Hold on.
I want to shoot.
So
this
I
guy.
assume you didn't read this contract.
Read the important parts.
Ugh.
You're very much dumber than you look.
that's what I said.
The guy couldn't clear glasses. Of course, he's an idiot.
That's not the part I'm focusing on. And this a boy of 6 years old, you had him consort with a devil as well, without being able to read the contract.
Rolf laughs a little bit. He made the deal first. I got brought in after.
Well, then you're stupider than a 6-year-old. How does that feel?
Shit.
Fair enough. Are you telling me that you wouldn't make a deal for that type of money?
I'm telling you I would not make a deal for that type of money. I'm telling you I would earn that kind of money myself.
I'm earning?
No, you're not earning. You're
My
skipping
body
to the
being
end.
used as a vessel?
Yes, you're pathetic. We've understood that already.
Fair enough.
You can
God
earn
damn,
the
Mom.
right way, or you can cheat and try to earn it the wrong way.
Could I do a history or religion check to see if there's any way to break a deal, like, and still get? out of it?
I just
Or
don't know
get
if
out
the
of it?
devil
history,
has power if it's not
history or
released.
religion?
I guess it would be more history.
Yeah, no, I'm saying you can make either history or
okay.
religion.
Gotcha. Crit.
Yeah.
I'll go with religion.
In all of the study you've dealt, you've accumulated on the 9 hells and on devils and demons. Breaking a deal with the devil is very tricky. They're usually worded very specifically and usually in the favor of the devil. And you do know that the binding essence of a contract, should you fail to fulfill it, leaves you open to essentially the forces of hell under that commander's allegiance to come and take you, to take your soul. Usually it involves the forfeit of a soul. You've heard of deals being fulfilled cleverly, but never one that outright would break the spell of a devil. Essentially, the
You have to
only thing
outsmart
you've
them.
heard is to outsmart them.
How does this devil plan on enforcing this deal? Should you not release him? Seems to me he has no power right now. Seems to me he only gains power if he's released.
He has power, just minimal. And as he says that, again, that same flash of green light dances over his eyes. He has power enough to make a contract.
What are the terms?
There are 3 binding seals on his prison currently. We were going to use the boy to slowly break them over time, since he's not a very powerful creature yet. However, and he looks across the lot of you, he says, I see that some of you are attuned to the arcane. Eyes dancing at the druid and also at Arik, who is currently in the room. Your arcane knowledge might prove useful in hastening the breaking of the spells. In which case, once he is free, he assumes control over my body, returns to the 9 Hells to serve his leader, returns Peter to his family. Simple enough.
And in the boy's contract?
The boy's contract was to free him in exchange for his father. It'll take some time to do with the boy, but we can do it. Could go a lot faster with you folk.
This is an awful idea. This is down
So what are we saying here? We're gonna help this guy open the stone up and let a demon out?
It's a lose-lose.
Devil.
The devil?
He actually holds a hand up. He says, "Devil." Very important distinction. Devils are honor bound to their
I don't
contracts.
feel like being corrected by someone who's letting a child make deals with devils.
Child already made the deal. Before me. Before me.
Does he
Should we
give?
say that?
He said that earlier.
Either
But
way,
specifically with
still.
Dyrus.
Did he give you like a physical copy of the contract, or is this like a verbal thing? How does this work?
At that point, he removes a small knife from his waistband and makes a small incision on his hand.
Oh, he's gonna kill himself. This makes it easier.
And as he makes the incision, he kind of holds
the
his
river,
hand,
not across
he
the
holds his
street.
hand out in front of him, and you see in a bright flash of light there is a thick stack of papers in his hand.
Oh Jesus Christ!
You're telling me you read some of that?
Some. They're very particular.
Dude, that's a lot of paper. Don't you think if there might be something that's not a good idea in there, you should probably give it a thrice over?
There may be, but this is the part that I care about. He flips over to about 2 or 3 pages in. He extends the contract out.
I don't care.
I'll
It's
check
what
it.
if on the next page in small print it says, by signing this you agree to disregard everything on the previous pages.
Because we didn't agree to that verbally.
But it's written in the contract.
Would you trust
can
me?
I get closer?
No.
If he holds that out to
No.
look at it, can I
What?
get
Yeah, I
closer?
want to.
What, you want to
What?
read it?
I want
I
to go
just want
check
to
it
get
out.
closer.
Yeah, you can get closer.
I want to check it
Dyrus,
out.
is this guy for real?
Does the entangle go away?
I can make it go. No, it's already
It's
gone.
been-
it's been a
it's
minute.
been a
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
then
yeah,
I
yeah.
approach a little bit as well.
Yeah, I'm
Just
gonna
like
check it
Just like to hearish. You know what? I really hope it's a fucking
moving up?
decimal point, not a
You want it
comma.
over here or over here?
As you come
Are you
closer,
approaching?
he
No.
points to a,
I
he
walk
points
over
to
the-
a
the
specific
lady.
section of
Or
the
on my
page.
notes. That's her
Eleanor?
face.
Uh,
Eleanor, yeah.
Right here.
You start reading it, and
I'm on the back.
essentially what it says is that so long as the contract is fulfilled upon, so long as Rolf acts within the best interests of removing this devil from his cage, no harm shall come to any member of the family.
Now, Rolf. Is it in your best interest to remove him from the diadem?
I don't care. I don't care about my... Look at me. I'm wasting away my life in the services of a woman who I work 7 days a week for. The other half of the time I'm not working, I sleep. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do to
You
get
have a
better
roof
job?
over your head, you get fed every day, and you get paid. That's more than most of the people on this planet. So
Let's
shut
be
the hell
honest,
up.
Ron.
and I
Your
want more.
intelligence span, you
Of
fucking
course you
blow
want
that
more.
money in
Earn
5
it.
seconds.
Earning it.
No, you're not. You seem
We
to
have
differ.
different definitions.
No, this
We
is
can't all
literally the
be as
opposite of
righteous
earning
as you.
it. No, this is literally the opposite of earning it.
I don't know what you would consider letting a devil trounce about inside your body for however long
I would call it
takes to
pathetic. That's what I'd call it.
Fair enough. Again, we have different definitions.
How long
It's not-
do you think that he's going to use your body, and what is keeping him? What power do you hold over this devil?
Only so long. He will use my body only so long as it takes him to return to the 9 hells in the service of Mammon.
What if
No.
he delays that and it takes him your entire human lifetime to get there, and you're just a dead body by the time he's done with you? He's a devil. I'm sure he's had many, many years to think about who he's going to manipulate when he gets out of this diadem. And you don't want to be a victim as you've been a victim here. You've been a victim,
in my
right?
in my research of devils.
I literally laugh out loud.
Fair enough.
You didn't read
In
the
my-
fucking contract. You
In
expect
my
me to think you
research
read
of
a
devils, they cannot exist outside of the 9 hells if they intend to serve their master. So the longer he is free and not serving Mammon, the more the price on his head grows. It does not help him to stay above ground. It is in his best interests as well to return to the 9 hells as quickly as possible.
I just don't trust something where you can't see where it puts its brain.
And he's gonna square cash you when he gets there?
He-
How's he gonna send over the money from the 9 hells?
He's not sending money from the 9 hells. He leaves me the money. I'm a vessel.
Oh, so he has all the money in the gem then?
No, it's part of him. He's a gilded devil.
Oh, so he's gonna cut himself into pieces for you.
You're not familiar with gilded devils, are you?
Well,
Probably more familiar with anything than you ever are, so.
either way,
You seem to be speaking without a lot of knowledge right now.
Oh, I'm speaking with far more knowledge than you. Trust me.
Fair
book. I call the kettle black on this one.
well, either way, is it enough for you to put this young boy's life at stake, even though he did sign his own contract? I think this is his part of his life too. I think you could be putting him in a lot of danger.
Agreed. And actually, that's one of the only reasons I signed the contract. Think about it. Jackson didn't know what he was signing up for, and he had already made a contract before I had even joined. At least, if acting in the devil's best interests in order to get him out of the gem saves Jackson's life, I'm okay with that.
Can I insight him? on
Absolutely.
Okay.
What's your insight?
Well, she's inciting him. Marcus looks at Jackson again and says, how did you know to make a deal with the devil?
Plus
How did you
seven.
learn that?
Well, you crit.
Wow, spoilers.
You believe him. You believe he's being earnest right now. It may be he is dumb. He does not have a high intelligence, but when he says that he did make the deal with not only his interests in his heart, he means it.
He made it with the child's interest in himself.
Eleanor.
And I'm sorry. Hold on one second.
Alright.
What did you say? Orcus?
Marcus looks at Jackson and says, how did you know how to make a deal with the devil?
I used to go in to look at the gem when I was alone, and sometimes he would talk to me and ask me how my day was, ask me if I missed my daddy, and then he told me he knew my daddy, and daddy's in a very bad place. He knows how to get him out,
That was no fucking fault.
but I have to help him. And he said he wouldn't hurt me, and he said he wouldn't hurt Mommy or Delilah. So I said yes.
Did you sign anything? Did he say where your daddy is? Besides a very bad place?
He said it was... He didn't tell me where, but he said it was loud, hot. The people there were very mean to him.
Damn, he's in Florida.
I was just gonna say that!
It's worse than the 9 hells.
So it's not Georgia. Illinois.
Apologies to all our fans from Florida.
Georgia's it's hot.
What I need to ask you a question right now, and it's important you answer earnestly.
Who are you talking to?
Craig.
Oh,
Eleanor?
Yeah,
Okay.
Eleanor. What's more important to you right now? The possession or the child?
Child, of course.
Just making sure.
Go bullshit on that.
Rolf, is there any way I could speak with the devil?
Is this a trick?
Yes.
Do I look like I'm joking?
Because you're very easily tricked.
You know what happens if you try and mess this up, right?
I understand. I'm here to make a deal.
What? What?
Leon, don't do that.
Agreed. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Your friend seems to look down on people who make deals.
Well, we have a kid's life at stake right now. So we're a little past deals.
Make a persuasion check. Or deception, depending. Don't tell me.
Okay.
Depending on whether or not you are serious with your intent. Or
26.
26.
Holy crap.
So it's a very
No
decent roll.
stats under 20 for Leon.
Apparently not.
My lowest stat is a +2.
It's true. It's true.
What's a minus roll?
Just you?
My strength.
Just me.
Still.
That's. Oh yeah. That's not changing. That's staying.
Alright. I wouldn't suggest making a deal, but if you want to talk to him and see if he's on the up and up. Anything to
Spoiler.
get himself out
He's
of
not.
that place.
Spoiler. Fuck you.
So how does this work?
To talk to him?
Put my hand on your shoulder, or do I just?
No, I'm gonna take you to the diadem.
Oh, he's not like a part of you.
No.
Oh.
He's still trapped within the soul stone.
Oh. Got it.
He points up to the eyes, he's like the green eyes, that's part of the contract.
So
Whenever I'm compelled to act within the devil's best interests.
So he can't hear or see anything that's going on in here. That's good to know. Leon, you sure you want to do this?
I'm sure.
You want to maybe talk about your plan here for a second?
Plan? What plan?
Whatever you're
What his
planning on
plan is.
dealing?
It's only concerns me right now.
Does anyone else in this room have anything else to say?
This is why I'm never having kids.
I feel more comfortable with Darius than with you, Leon.
Would that be
I agree.
okay?
Think he'll be able to keep his urges to stop whatever's going on in check?
That's exactly why I want him in the room.
I think I need to do this alone.
Leon, I'm sorry. That's just not gonna happen. If you don't want me in the room, fine, but I'm staying right outside then.
That's fine.
Alright.
Why not bring the diadem here? Let us all
Everything
witness.
everything is already set up downstairs. I mean, if you want, you can. If I bring it up here, that's fine. But just be prepared. It can get a little intense.
Everyone else in this room needs to leave then.
Is that fair?
Eleanor steps forward. I'm not going anywhere.
Do you want us to save him?
Of course, but I'm not going to leave while you two talk about a deal with the devil in front of my son.
So you care about him now?
Jackson doesn't need to be in
Always
the room.
cared about Jackson.
Apparently not. He felt compelled to talk to him. He asked me how his day was. I guess maybe you didn't do that.
Oh God.
She actually kind of looks inwardly very hurt by your words. I'll leave the room. Kind of moves her way out.
As everyone's leaving, Xania, that was very hurtful, but thank you for doing that.
Brock is going to walk over to Jackson and reach out.
With
Well,
it.
is he going to go? Does he have to go in the room too?
Right
Jackson?
now? No.
All right, so then he's going to walk over to him for his hand out to grab this.
As you do, Rolf kind of like looks at you suspiciously for a second and then nods to Jackson, who reaches up and grabs your hand. And you guys walk out of the room.
So who's going to get the item?
Give me a moment.
No.
I can't do anything without Jackson. I'm not magical.
then you won't mind us coming with you.
I'm gonna stay.
Sure.
Right.
Stay with you and the boy.
Yeah. Just me and
Yeah.
I assume just me and
Yeah.
Leon.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea for me and
Going
Varys
for
to
what?
show up.
It's also
With him,
To a
yeah.
devil. That might complicate
It's also in
things.
the group's best interest for you not to go on there because some issues.
So you're gonna bring the
and,
diadem back up.
and I say to you guys,
If you so choose, yes.
as we were kind of walking out, I say to you guys, find out who else was in on this if you can, because somebody had to have shot him in the leg. He got
That was
shot
a-
in the leg
that
last
was a
time.
part
I
of
don't
it.
know if you
Xenia.
remember.
Didn't Xenia shoot him?
She
got
did.
off the toilet?
She said no.
No.
Can I try
Somebody said no.
to whisper to Derek, like,
Jax?
no,
Oh, that- oh,
Jackson's
Dax.
gonna hear me. And he's gonna be within earshot, but I want you to know. I don't trust Leon alone
I'll stay with him.
So you two are flanking Rolf as he
Yes.
goes to get the gem? Okay.
Alright, jump.
So you guys...
Perfect.
I wish we brought rockets with us to jump him, but
Oh
there.
shit.
And I'm just playing.
Oh shit, Taki! I
no,
should
we're
have
not
went
gonna
with
jump
you. I
him.
am so.
maybe. We'll wait till he gets back here so we have the thing.
Well, you guys can like sneak behind us, like.
I already decided.
No, we'll just wait till he gets back in the room with the thing. Now it's two birds.
Oh, shit.
So you guys head back into the main hallway, head down about halfway to the foyer where the entrance to the door to the house is. Rolf stops on a dime and turns towards this door, opens it. Appears to be a narrow hallway, stairway leading down. And he goes, you're both coming down then?
Yeah.
I don't answer. Just standing there waiting for him.
Alright. He leaves the door open as he makes his way down the stairwell. You get to the bottom and you appear to be in a wine cellar. Full, essentially. And as you're walking through the cellar, Rolf starts talking and he says, you know, Mr. Craggett built this whole house. Had it built, rather. And there was some stuff he kept from his wife. Like this. He grabs a wall sconce, turns
what?
it a wall sconce.
Like a fawn?
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to explain scones because I don't know what that is. I don't want to assume it's a turkey.
It's like a
It's like a
an
wall
ornamental
God.
candle
Wait, you as
holder.
in
It's
Jack
a wall
or
turkey.
Phelan?
No, personally.
Ornamental,
It's a wall lamp. It's a
ornament,
wall.
ornamental
Oh,
wall
why
lamp.
don't you say wall lamp?
Scone with a C.
It's a small wall
An
lamp.
extra C.
Because he has to show off the
It's like
And he grabs
Scone
it,
with a C.
he
An
grabs
extra C.
Oh my god.
pulls it
Skunk.
forward and kind of turns it to the left. And as he does, a false wall kind of
Spell it.
shifts in and moves over to the side.
Some Scooby-Doo shit.
You're right.
Extra C.
Um,
I was just putting
behind the wall, there's a dark, probably you would say 10 by 10 room. On the floor as you walk in, seemingly painted around the edges of the room, there's this large glyph. And in the center of the room, on a pedestal, with the same crux sort of holder in place, is the diadem. And as you enter, first thing you feel is a gust, essentially, of warm air. But as you enter the room, you can feel it is cold. It's chilly.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, of course.
Being from a family that was jewelers and having been around enchanted jewelry a lot, I'm just going to ask this. You're not going to know I'm asking this. If I break the gem, does it lose its magic or would it release the magic?
It would not release the magic per se. The magic would still be intact in whichever sort of portion of the stone was biggest.
Okay.
The magic would still be active. Destroying the entire thing completely would release the magic.
Okay.
But you don't know how possible that is
Sure.
with your current
No,
standings.
I can't do shit, but I'm just asking. Okay.
It wouldn't break the curse. It would just.
No, I know.
Right. Okay. So as he walks forward, he says, "You sure you want to bring this upstairs? You don't want to do this here?"
We're bringing it upstairs.
Upstairs.
He kind of picks it up with both hands very carefully, very gingerly. As you guys make your way out of the room, he stops for a second and the door closes again.
As he reaches, he's only got it in one hand.
Mhm.
Can I grab it from him?
You can certainly try. So that is going to be your athletics.
Athletics.
Yeah,
It's
it's
snatching.
yeah, it's like a
Try to
grapple check.
snatch
He's
it.
trying to hold on to it, and you're trying to
It's not
grab
sleight
it.
of hand,
It's exactly yeah.
but he's not even paying attention.
Oh, he's paying attention.
It's lame.
That's the most important object in this house to him.
I'll lose. But...
It's just like.
Not to the natty one.
Oh! Well, I rolled an 8.
It's a 4.
Okay.
So you pull it out of his hands. He goes, "Okay."
Had a tight grip on it, did you?
I was trying to hold on to it, but
I've got it.
Look how bad it is.
by all means.
And I move faster up.
Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Scadios.
That's not gonna work. 5.
5.
You're now the devil.
You
Well, I have to agree to anything. I'm not gonna agree to anything.
as you walk up the stairs, you are kind of examining this thing, and it is the finest piece of jewelry that you have seen personally, and a lot of jewels move through your family shop. And as you're moving up the stairs, you just hear in the back of your mind a voice go, "You could have it if you want."
Not interested.
You sure?
Sure.
I can read your thoughts.
I know.
You seem very interested in some money.
Clearly you can't read them that well. Maybe you're as good a reader as this guy.
Shit! Ask for the bird, please!
I don't understand you people.
What do you mean you
Am I in the other room yet?
You are now at the top of the stairs.
Okay.
As you move, he continues to speak with you as you're moving. He says, "Why do you hate me? You don't even know me."
I know everything I need to. Can we get a move on here?
Rolf is walking beside you and just constantly looking at the gem. And as you're looking at it, it's an orange, essentially set in diamond. But every now and again, at the right angle, you can just see a flash of this green light. You guys now see him making his way down the hallway, Dyrus, with Rolf and Leon in tow, holding this very, very ornate-looking crown, essentially.
When I'm in sight of Rolf, when he's like close to me but not too close, I'm hoping to have some distance on him. I'm gonna like pretend that I'm about to spike the thing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go like that and see if he reacts.
Okay. Does not appear to.
Okay. Just checking. And I keep walking.
Okay. You said you wanted to...
Well, we had. Raucus has Jackson with him, right?
Yeah, Raucus is currently holding on to Jackson.
Can I move everyone outside of the room?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, we were supposed to find out who else was involved while you were gone, but we didn't.
Yeah, that's what we're going to move to
Yeah.
right now.
Oh, okay.
So as they make their way downstairs, just as a quick cut, you guys are upstairs with the remaining members. These two are with Rolf.
Wait, where did you take the boy?
I thought we were instructed to get out of where we were, so I just.
Yeah, you-
Oh no, I meant these people. Oh well, I mean if you left them. It's
Well,
fine.
they're standing essentially outside of the study.
Oh okay, gotcha. Yeah, I guess I wasn't very clear. I just started yelling.
You guys, you guys watch Leon and Dyrus and Rolf make their way down the hallway to go retrieve the gemstone. You're left there with the remainder of the house. Zelwys, Xenia, Gregory, I believe was the...
Yes, Butler.
Yes, Butler.
Chives. Gregory, and
Fairy's blood.
Delilah, yes.
Delilah, Anita, Gregory, and Iris.
So they are all
Or the nearest thing.
waiting outside. Delilah and Eleanor seem to be consoling each other, kind of just not crying, but both very worried, both very talkative, just worried about Jackson, who's currently being held onto by Raucous. What would you guys like to do?
Hey Jackson, you afraid of heights?
No?
Let's find out. What?
Oh my god.
Make an athletics check.
What was the sound effect?
Breaks the kid's neck. Don't gotta worry anymore.
14.
14. Good height. These are high ceilings, and his feet almost touches you. And he just he lands, and he's loving it. Loving it.
Shit,
Well-
we have to finish.
Oh my!
Takes out the hammer when he's in the air.
Oh my God.
It's like the Penguin game from the old Penguin game.
Don't like wizards!
Gotta take them down when they're young.
Damn
Younglings.
people!
Oh my god.
Right, so-
I'm like, well, since you're playing with the kid.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna talk to
So
the
you're
kid
gonna
who's
pull him
gonna
over
play
and
with.
have like a kind of like a
Well,
manly
I
talk
could-
with him
I
to
could
his
stop
kid.
playing with
Yeah,
him.
Raucous.
I don't have to keep
Raucous,
playing.
I
you might- we need to stop doing that.
Alright.
Hold on. I think we got pressing issues to deal with. Right? Okay, thank you.
Oh my god.
All right. Oh boy.
Gregory goes, what's going to happen now?
Well, the way I see it, we have a couple options. The least popular option, I presume, is we let the deals fall through and hope everything goes right, which is obviously a terrible idea.
But-
We.
Go ahead, sorry.
What's up?
I thought you were gonna.
Oh no, please, if you have options, throw them out.
I was gonna take out my staff and point it at these people and say, but first we need to know if anyone else is involved. And I'm trying to be intimidating.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Bring the flame blade.
-4.
Wait, that's under its own thing, right?
Yeah.
8.
8.
Oh.
Okay.
Ish.
So as you kind of make this declarative statement and kind of start pointing your rock at people, just
I take out my staff.
Oh, okay.
Well, the rock would be good too.
so you just have
I don't want
your
any
staff
trouble,
and you're just
guys.
kind of
The rock would be funny.
Why do you have a rope?
everyone just kind of looks at you like I don't think anybody else was involved.
Well, I'm
Who
gonna-
said that?
I'm gonna walk up and cock
Eleanor.
the gun. I'm gonna walk behind her, cock the gun, and point and be like, does anybody want to tell the truth? Intimidation.
To who?
To everybody.
Okay.
You know, this is not how we go about any of this.
This is how I go about things.
This is why.
It's not wrong.
24.
Holy shit!
He's terrifying.
Okay. So that's a turn.
Who brought a gun to not even a knife fight?
I bring a gun to all my fights.
You know that I hired you, right?
Xavier, put the gun down.
We're getting answers.
Put it down.
Nobody else helped. I didn't. And then Delilah's like, I swear, it wasn't me. Gregory, as well. They all seem to go down the line,
Somebody
and
had to shoot this guy.
It wasn't me. I wasn't here.
Shoot him with an arrow.
Somebody.
Oh,
yeah,
it wasn't me. I don't use that.
Somebody shot Rolf with an arrow. That means there's somebody unaccounted for in this whole scheme.
I don't know who that was.
Jackson, do you know how to shoot a bow and arrow?
No?
Then it wasn't Jackson.
I know how to do this now.
Oh god.
And he holds out his hand, and you can see a little speck of essentially blue flame dance from fingertip to fingertip.
Oh, that's cool.
And he
Huge
goes,
explosions.
So we're all dead.
Xander.
the man in the gem told me to do that.
How long? How
Little
long,
cute.
how long did you figure out you were able to do magic?
He told me.
He taught you everything.
I didn't even know. He told me I was a sorcerer and that I could do things, and then I started doing things and I could do them.
Can I shoot him yet?
Jackson?
I'm not saying this in character.
Laughing at Merle's reaction. Jackson.
Like the child? The most innocent one in all of this who just didn't know what he was doing?
I don't think that could be on stream.
You don't know what I've done in wars.
Ooh, just got an email from Twitch. We're off.
Oh.
Yeah, we're banned.
Again? Like every
Hey,
week.
guys.
Flag. Nice.
Jackson. know your dad was the one that put him in that gem, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to go against your dad's actions and undo it in hopes that you might see him again?
I think your
I
father.
will see him again. He promised. And he
Jackson.
hasn't lied about anything yet.
The key word there is again.
Think of what your father would want. You to see him again, or this monster?
I don't care what Dad wants. I want to see Dad again.
Well,
I just even remember it.
once again, never having children.
That's a good
The
question.
Celine Sevens.
Yeah, no,
Shame
that's
you're not there to
No,
answer.
it's
Shame I'm
actually
not
gonna.
there.
God damn it! I was about to say that because I know the timeline.
Metagaming. I could have
I'm yelling out loud because I'm
Stop
angry.
yelling out loud.
There's a devil talking in my head.
I'm doing it anyway. I don't care.
Darkness!
No.
I was gonna ask the question regardless.
So are we
I'm gonna
upstairs?
say.
Are we upstairs now?
Getting there
You're dying to be upstairs.
soon.
It's the
I
longest
was gonna say
staircase
about
known to man.
the
Holy
again,
shit.
Regardless of what I was saying.
What?
I was gonna ask him about the again thing, even though that
Oh, it's the one
spewed
next
it out
door.
before I could say
I was
it.
angry.
I've seen Dad before. I have memories. I can remember. I was really little, but I remember.
I thought your dad passed away before you were born, sweetheart. That's what your mom told us, right?
No.
Yes, no, yes.
I don't know
And as
anything
you're
on that
as you're
father.
saying that, Eleanor's you can see the look on Eleanor's face, just kind of like, yes, yes, he did.
Totally.
Jackson, what memories do you have? I have a bunch of stuff. I remember Dad. He used to teach me all these different things that I could do, and then the man told me the reason he was teaching me was because I was a sorcerer. And
What did your father look like?
he was
From what you remember.
tall, and he had hair like mine, and he had a big beard, and
Oh God,
He
I'm
was-
this guy's father.
he was tough, and
Well,
he
now it's
he
ambient.
wielded this big sword,
Got it.
and I remember him.
Does now I don't know my character because I wasn't here last week, so I don't know if you could know what this guy looks like. So I look at Eleanor to see if this is
Eleanor nods her head like that's what he looked like. But
Where did your dad teach you these things?
here,
Where are we in the trophy room?
you're in the house. You're not in the trophy. You're not in the trophy room. You are in the hallway leading to the study. Trophy room is down through the main hall, basically on the other side of the house.
So that big giant sword that he mentioned, because Tom and Nikolai were in. Were you here for that? The giant sword is inside the house.
The trophy
that
room,
one
yeah.
that he was talking about.
Yeah, it's a big long great sword that's actually broken and bent a little bit and outwards.
Well,
Just sorry, just had a good question. Did we discuss with Eleanor how he passed away or no? How her
Adventuring.
husband was passed away?
Adventuring.
That's all she told us?
adventure.
well, Jackson, do you think you could? Never mind. I was gonna say, bring us to a spot where you remember seeing your dad.
Yeah,
Yeah, you.
I saw him. I remember all over.
When's the last time you saw him?
The other day I dreamt about him, and we were playing, and we were in Delilah's room, and he was showing me these pictures, and he takes out and he draws what is essentially a very precise and complicated, intricate is the word I'm looking for.
There you go.
Arcane glyph. Make an Arcana check.
Yeah, I know shit about that. So.
Sean, where you're not here?
16.
16. You're not too familiar with the glyph, but you can see that this is a glyph of sealing. So this is to seal something away.
In Delilah's room?
Mm-hmm.
He showed you some photos with this on them?
Mm-hmm. And he asked me to copy them,
Onto what?
just over and over. I remember I copied them for a long time.
Do you have any idea what those might be?
Did you recognize that to anyone?
It's some sort of ceiling glyph. Ceiling as in not
Sea
like
Trapman?
Yeah.
He showed me that one, and then he showed me this one. And the next one he draws, while the previous one took a long time, this one is very quick. Almost as intricate as the other one, but very quick. He just kind of marks this down, and he shows it to you again. Make the Arcana check. Crit miss.
I don't hit anything, right?
You are not familiar with this. In fact, it appears to be. What's up?
While we're walking up, could I read the contract if he allows me?
You can get through a small portion. of it.
Whatever I can.
It's a
if I can get
lot.
any information at all during the time.
She has advantage because her reads there.
Oh! I have this dice.
Do it.
Oh!
You've had it for like 3
Oh
sessions.
my God.
I've had it for the entire. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm
It's
gonna
time.
use this because
Okay.
I think
Oh,
it's
it's time to duel.
This is just like a time contract on this, right? It
Mhm.
needs to be used. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry,
Does it
wrong
gotta fit through?
Alright.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it'll be
Right.
good.
It fit.
That's also what she said.
14
Okay.
plus
That's
Do I
also what
plus?
she said.
Yeah.
with inspiration. 17.
So 17 total.
Curiosity is part of
Oh.
the
Oh my
This
God.
looks like a flipped version of the previous symbol,
It's even transmutation.
but with all of the glyph lines broken or shattered. Essentially, when you create a glyph line, it's just a drag across. These have one side dragged across, the other side is jutted to the side away so that they're not touching. This would be, in your best guess, a symbol of unsealing.
That's what I think
Mhm.
that. Backwards.
Looking over the contract, appears to be worded very specifically, very clearly. Rolf presents it out to you, and you start skimming through it. As standard as devil contracts go,
Of course.
I mean, it is written.
I'm an expert in devil law.
I, the signer of this contract, hereby agree to act within the best interests of Amemnok. This includes making sure that he is escaped from his current imprisonment and making sure that he is that no transfer or ownership of the diadem does not change hands within the time frame of the contract being made and the contract being completed. It goes into some of the finer points where you must not let anybody who does not find out on their own know about the contract. You are not free to divulge any information, including the devil's name.
Well, didn't he break all those rules?
He has not told you the devil's name, and you guys found out essentially by interrogating him in a way where he could not lie. So it does not appear that any of the facets of the contract have been broken yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
And he kind of takes it back from you. Satisfied?
More or less.
As you guys round the corner, you see Jackson.
Xander with a gun in everyone's face.
Xander has lowered his rifle a bit,
Alright.
but it's out.
Been out.
Jackson is showing these pictures to Phelan, these different drawings.
And that one's unsealing glyph.
Wait, so we have unseal and seal.
Unsealing glyphs.
Jackson, what exactly is the nature of your contract? What do you have? You just have to get him out? That's all he wanted from you.
That's all he wanted.
Just to get him out.
Just to get him out.
Get him out of the gym.
Get him out of the gym.
He didn't say nothing about putting him back somewhere else.
Nope. He even specifically said, I wouldn't have to hurt anybody.
Wouldn't
'Cause I didn't
have
want
to.
I didn't want to hurt anybody. So he said I would not have to hurt anybody.
Do I see them coming back right now?
Yeah.
This kid.
Okay.
I hate this kid so much.
Everyone's in the sidebar. This way. Come here. Separate room.
Can I speak to you all for a moment?
Yeah, no, seriously.
I don't
Or he
think we
kind of-
should leave Jackson and Rolf together in the same room.
Well,
No,
Rolf's
Jackson,
with
you want-
us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jackson,
okay.
Jackson, you want to step with us real quick?
Me?
Take us to another room, somewhere across the hall, maybe?
Yeah, I can take you to my room.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Come on, it's upstairs.
All right.
Let's go, Birdman. Be
Come
real
on,
quiet
Rick.
this week.
Call.
2 ales, please. You guys head at that. Gregory goes right away.
Gregory!
As we leave, I'm just gonna grab Dyrus real quick. I think I have a plan.
Don't say anything right now. And I show you that I'm holding the thing.
Oh, I would stop immediately. If I saw
Okay, yeah, he is holding
just-
the
I
gem.
We'll be right back. I'm just gonna bounce out with everyone else.
Okay. The thumbs up.
Yeah.
Takes you guys a minute or so, but you find your way to Jackson's room.
Alright.
When you open it up, you see on the inside every open space on every tabletop, every dresser seems to have these very shiny, unique-looking, polished rocks, gems. And he goes, "This is my collection. Do you guys want to see?"
Yes.
In a
Oh,
second.
let me show you.
Yes, excellent.
Well, you guys aren't there.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you were there.
They're in the
We're
study.
us two and
They're in the
Rolf are
study.
now
Is
here.
where?
The rest, you four are somewhere, and then us two and Rolf are somewhere
We
else.
came back and we moved to Jackson's
Yes.
room.
Can we use these beautiful little pieces we have, please?
I mean, everybody who wanted to go to Jackson's room could.
Yeah, I asked you
I don't want to be near this DM because I'm gonna end up shooting somebody.
Yeah.
So.
You
Where are you,
definitely
Tom?
come.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, you're going with. Okay.
Marcus, you
Alright,
come with us?
thank
You
you.
stay down here. Alright.
A simple
And Eric
person.
follows as well.
Enrique is with us. Alright.
Where's
And
Enrique?
may I see those papers again?
I think he has.
Jackson, 2 seals?
Yeah.
Alright. You said this one was sealed and this one was unsealed.
The broken one is unsealed.
Right, that's this one. Okay. And Jackson said the nature of his contract was purely to get him out of the gym. Why would his father give him a sealing glyph and an unsealing glyph?
I thought a demon might have impersonated his father
With that one.
to do so.
But then why would he give him the sealing glyph?
To seal someone else inside the gym. If that's possible.
Oh, tell me he's gonna bring his father back and seal him in the other gem. So he'll have his father, but not have his father.
You're onto something there.
That would be something a devil would do.
I mean, I'm an asshole, but I'm not that big of an asshole.
No, but this devil sure is.
I agree.
So, while you guys are
Yeah,
having
yeah.
that
Get back to
conversation,
that. Yeah.
you guys enter the study. There's a central table in the middle of the room where he takes the gem and places it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Rolf goes, wherever you want.
I just kind of walk around the back of the room, away from these two. Well, away from him mainly, but I don't know if we're Leon. I don't know what you're doing. Or what did you want to do? I don't know.
I want to talk to the devil.
Okay. So you want to attempt to commune with him?
Yeah.
Hi, devil.
Do you tell Rolf this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to talk with the devil. I said wrong.
All right. Should be easy enough. Just place it down, gaze into it, and when you find the spark of green, try and follow it.
I don't know what that means, but all right. I go. You put it down, right? No.
I'm still just holding it, just kind of like pacing back and forth.
I think your
Dyrus.
friend wants to talk to me.
Yes?
Could I see the what's a who's it?
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah. I want to talk to the devil.
Can you do it over here?
Um,
Can we do it together?
sure.
I'm just gonna hold one side of it. I know if he tries to rip it from my hand, he's going to, but I'm gonna hold as tight as I can.
Just put my hand on top.
The demon
Alright.
breaks.
Alright, and then I just
Please.
And I gaze into it.
Okay. As you gaze into it, you notice, like Dyrus did, there's this speck of green, and those words kicking in your head. Follow the spark of green. And so you just kind of try and keep eye line with it as it moves around, and then you notice it grows brighter and brighter, and then splits into two.
Oh.
And it's almost like a set of eyes staring back at you.
Oh.
There's 2
You
days.
see these bright green eyes sort of open wide. And in the center, the irises, which should be pitch black, this orange flame is just glowing. You hear a voice in your head. Hello?
Do I hear it?
Yo.
You're holding it out so it's facing him, right?
Yes, but I'm still holding it, so I don't know if that matters.
It's kind of like a direct when you're looking into the gem.
Gotcha.
Am I speaking with my mind or out loud? Or do I get to choose?
The voice you hear is in your mind. You can respond either way.
This is really important.
I'll respond in my head.
Okay. So you see, all you see right now through Leon's face is a flash of green just kind of in his eyes. Almost like a reflection.
Okay.
Not the same you saw
I was like,
in
that
Rolf.
was quick!
Not the same you saw in Rolf.
Okay.
She made the deal. Shut up,
So I heard you wanted to talk.
Yeah.
The voice sounds almost raspy and distant, as if it's talking to you through a wall.
Mr. Devil person.
I like that. Devil. Mr. Devil.
MDP? Technically MDP?
You may call me whatever you wish.
MDP.
Is it working?
You seem like a reasonable man.
You hear Dyrus. Is it working? No,
I'm just kind of staring into space.
Rolf pipes in. He's like, "It's working."
Shut up.
I heard you fancy making deals.
I do.
So to speak. Are you still open to more discussion about said deal?
What have you to offer me?
I personally don't feel too good about having a child's life hang in the balance here.
No harm shall come to the child. What do you think I am, a demon?
No, you're a devil.
A far class better.
Coming from the devil's mouth. I would like a change in the contract if possible. I'd like to offer my soul instead of the boys.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, you offer me nothing. You are not a sorcerer. You do not have the capabilities of unbinding the seals that keep me here.
Maybe I don't, but the boy still does. He still wants to see his father. The contract stays the same. I just want my soul at stake.
The boy's soul is not at stake.
And what is?
Oh, should he fail in his contract? Oh, well then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
Leon, what's happening?
Look,
why would I rather have yours than his?
he's just a little innocent child. He's
The heir of the man who
he's a little bambino.
the heir of the man who trapped me here for a better part of a decade. Why would I give that trophy up over you?
Cause not to brag or anything, but
Oh God.
I'm a bit of a mixed soul here. I'm part werewolf, a bit of an oddity. Might be a bit of a trophy to hang on your wall. so to
Leon,
speak.
tell me what's going on.
I'll make you a counter offer.
I'm gonna rip this thing away. I'm trying to pull it away from him.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Then I would do a strength check to hang on.
Well, I wasn't sure if he was holding on to it because you said he was just looking at
He's
it.
got
So
his hands
like,
on the sides
Okay,
right
alright.
now, just kind of like peering in.
I'm gonna lose, but here we go.
You might.
Still looking up.
There's a reason why it's chance still.
I know.
Never turn into an
Not her. That's real.
Hope he rolls out.
Acrobatics
I
or
crit missed.
athletics?
Oh!
But I'm stronger than everybody today.
I'm
So-
just so entranced.
I got a 9.
I'm not even.
So the voice fades as Dyrus pulls it away.
What's happening?
You Gavone, what did you do?
No.
This is not happening. You keep me in the loop or this is not happening.
Oh, look, I'm trying to save the boy. I'm trying to get his
Then let's
soul
all
off the
do it
table.
together.
It won't work that way.
Well, it's not working this way either.
It was. I was about to seal the deal.
And what's the deal?
I was going to offer my soul instead.
Leon, that's not an option.
It's more of an option than a kid's.
It's really not, though. Had we not come today, what would have happened? We don't know. You can't put your soul on the line for what? We don't even know.
To save an innocent child.
There's a better way. There's a better way, and we'll figure it out. Is this thing talking to me at all, by the way?
Right now, no. It is
Okay.
silent.
Well, what's your plan then?
My plan is to not offer your soul at the drop of a hat for a boy we just met and we know nothing else about.
He's not a bad kid. He just wants
I'm
to
not
see his
saying
dad.
he's a bad kid. I'm not saying he's a good kid. I'm saying you shouldn't offer your soul when we've been here for 5 minutes. Let's figure out a better way. There's always a better way than that.
I haven't heard of one.
You're gonna be just as dumb as this asshole? And I'm pointing over at Rolf. I kind of want him to attack me.
Nothing dumb about saving a kid's life.
That's not his intention, and you know it. His intentions are very clear. I bet if I threw a piece of gold across the room, he'd chase it like a fucking dog.
The kid?
No, this asshole.
Oh, I'm not concerned about him.
I know, but don't be as dumb as him. Be smarter than that. We're all smarter than that.
I just want to save a kid's life.
Then let's figure out a better way to save his life. This is not the way.
Until I find a better way.
Well,
I'm
then
still
let's
on
at
this.
least give it 5 more minutes, or an hour, however long it takes to come up with something better. This is not the way.
I read the contract. It's pretty ironclad unless we offer us something better.
There's no way you read the contract in the time it took to walk up the stairs. Granted, it was a very large staircase. It took us a very long time to get up and down, but there's
2
no way
floors.
you read the whole thing.
It's 2 floors
Yeah,
down
yeah.
and
But the fact that it's so long is my point. He's not a novice. He's covered every detail.
Oh, God. That's where-
Even more of the reason why you shouldn't offer it up. Let's just wait. Let's just see what happens. Let's just wait. There's no time limit on this.
Well, we got.
Rolf goes,
That's what I figured.
If you say another word,
about a month.
Well,
so we have a month. There you go. He's finally contributed something positive. Mildly.
Assuming,
Let's just wait.
assuming these guys stick around though.
What guys? Everyone else?
No, Rolf. And
He's not
Jack.
going anywhere without this. He
Does
wants
that
this
make a
more than
difference with the
anything.
location?
Oh,
Sure.
we need the gem.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean,
Well,
he's going to give it back to us.
as agreed, we are a group. I'll wait to see if the other guys put up anything else, but that's the only thing I can think of right now.
Okay, can you at least run it by us next time before you just go offering up your soul willy-nilly?
Well, to be fair, this is exactly what I expected to happen. If I said anything, do you understand? I'm not stupid. You're gonna say no. It's my soul, to be fair.
I understand that, but I just want you to consider like other options first.
I agree. I'm keeping it on the table until if we come up with something else. I'll wait. Sorry for acting rashly, but that's the only plan I could think of, and I just want to save that boy's life.
You hear a faint whisper in the back of your mind say, he thinks he has a month.
I'm sorry. That's funny.
Wait here. I'm gonna go and try to find the rest of the group.
I'll watch Rolf.
While you guys are doing that, you guys are still in the room with Jackson. And Jackson is just kind of running around doing that thing kids do when they have a collection of things where they pick one up, show you it,
It's so cute. I
That's
and
love
then
great. I
that.
love
come back,
So
grabs a
adverse.
different one.
It's great.
I wanna.
Fantastic.
What color are they all?
It's a smattering. It's
Shiny
a collection,
stuff?
yes. Not jewels, shiny
Shiny
rocks, buttons, pins,
Did you?
anything that's shiny.
Who helped you start this collection?
I started it when I was,
Hey, Rock, you get your flask on you.
No.
Damn.
no,
With all this
shh,
secret
shh.
thing. Oh, sorry. I thought we went back to us.
Sorry.
No, you fucked up.
This is why
I
people pay attention.
apologize.
It's okay.
Oh no, because I was interested in what this kid's collection is. Because I'm asking you that because did you know the devil inside the diadem that has made you all these promises also collects things like that. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he collects gold and other things, and that's what he wants most in this world. And what do you want most in this world?
If he gave me my daddy back, I would give him all this stuff. I could start again. That type of stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love my collection, but he didn't start me doing this. I started because Delilah has a collection.
And the plot thickens.
This was all the stuff that I didn't get to do last time because Mr. Magical Asshole over here was like, Zone of Truth!
We want the answers
Can I be MA
now.
for short? Yo, ma.
Yo, ma.
So I'm gonna, Jackson, why don't you go get me some of your best pieces from
Okay.
your collection, and I'm gonna turn around
He's
and
gonna
tell you
make me
guys.
cry.
I know that this kid is young, but don't you think his collection? You love a mermaid. Sorry.
What?
Never mind.
No.
Don't you think?
Look at this stuff.
Isn't it neat?
Wouldn't
you
think my collection's complete?
Oh,
Wouldn't
God.
you say he's a boy?
Look at
A
this
boy who
photograph.
has
I
everything.
tried to break it.
Great, now we have Disney copyright on it.
Wait, what?
That was the cutest damn thing I've ever seen in my life.
Look at this photograph.
Next week?
Yes.
Be our guest. Be our guest.
This is not a photograph I want to see.
It's not making me laugh at all.
Oh, I just can't
No,
wait
no,
to
spoilers.
Oh my god.
Wait.
What?
It came out next
Don't
week.
feel
For
late.
the next 3 critical misses, giving away the set.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Bring it back.
The
Let it go. Sorry.
That movie sucks. Fuck you, go.
It's a great song though.
I think it's a bit odd that this kid has this whole collection of shiny materials, and apparently his sister has a collection just like this. This is what Jackson just told me about all this stuff, and I don't even know if I heard somebody say that about the devil or if I knew that already. But
What
they
do you
collect stuff, or
Oh no!
That's common
They
knowledge.
mentioned Mammon earlier, which is a devil of greed, and someone mentioned the name Gilded Devil, which is from the name itself you can kind of ascertain that's someone who's greedy.
Good word.
So you say it's general knowledge?
Yes.
And,
No,
and
that's worse.
wasn't Delilah one of the people that resisted the Zone of Truth? So maybe she is involved in this, and I think there's a lot more here than the diadem, the boy, and
Delilah's
Rolf.
a man.
What were you
Baby.
gonna say, Varys?
Garrett,
Garrett,
but
my bad.
Harris is listening. We're pondering ideas over here. Maybe we should-
I know not right away, but whenever I get up there, let me know.
Okay. Yeah, it takes a couple
6 years?
Next session.
about 6 years.
It's only a
I
month.
think we just gotta see
No,
how
we don't.
far Jackson knows
I
to
know.
go with these seals.
And I won't say it.
If he only knows to use the unbinded seal and not about the binded seal, maybe he didn't get that from the devil. But if he did, then it kind of confirms our suspicion that the devil is trying to bind his father's soul as sort of a last fuck you to him.
Well, he did say that his memories of his father showing him these things are in Delilah's room. Should we investigate in there?
Like that idea.
Seems like a smart
As-
place to start.
As you guys are talking about this, you hear on the door, and the door slightly opens as Dyrus pokes his head in.
Are we clear or?
Not
Is
even
it-
a little bit. Oh, no. Just wanted to let you know what the situation is.
Okay,
We need to figure something else out very, very quickly.
right.
Otherwise, Leon is going to surrender his own soul in
Leon's
place.
gonna be Leon.
Sure.
I like that phrase.
Now, don't tell Leon, but I'm going to leave the house. I'll be the cliffside, just in case I need to throw this into the ocean. All right?
Don't you think that might put the boy's life at stake?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but figure something out and let me know when you do.
Well, I mean, if you can drop that off somewhere and come back.
I'm just going to stay with it, if that's okay.
Dyrus, what if we need you here?
Kind of complicates
I think
the
you guys
matter.
can handle it for now, and trust me being here, I'm the only one I trust with this. You guys as well, but just, I don't want Leon holding it and right now I have
Yeah,
a devil
no.
talking to me in my head, and I trust myself not to.
What do you mean?
It's trying to make promises that obviously I'm not going to even consider and not going to even entertain, but
Well, have you
I'm
ever
hoping you
thought-
guys have come up with something. Don't ask me anything that it might hear, because I'm not sure exactly what it can do.
Maybe you shouldn't hold it.
If I don't hold it, somebody else will,
Maybe
and
put it in a bag.
sure, but I'm pretty sure if it's in my vicinity, it's going to talk to me anyway. I'm just going to make sure it doesn't get into
What
the wrong
does it
hands.
say?
The usual. It's telling me everything I want to hear, and it promises me. Well, everything that you've heard so far, and everything of my deepest desire I can have if I just make a deal and blah blah blah. Typical. I know a thing or two about bad contracts. Trust me, I'm not getting into another one. And I walk away.
Master DM Burwell,
Yes.
do you have a picture of said seal and unseal?
Seal and unseal, I do not, but I can draw them up during the break, which we're going to take right now.
Oh,
shit!
Tires is
Hooray!
going out. We're taking
Go!
a break.
Get
Surprise
to
break.
go!
It's 9:40. I figured.
Yeah,
that's
it's
fine.
good time.
Oh wow,
Um,
already? Holy shit.
All right.
Yeah, I'll draw those up during the break so everybody can see them.
Okay.
And then when we get back, we will see what happens with the Gilded Devil in Hohenheim.
Next time on.
E7.
Oh.
Guys live.
We're-
Yeah.
oh,
okay.
shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're good. You
oh,
can stop
oh,
with the
okay.
game. We're done with freeze tag. You're good. Burrow.
Well, take it out.
I didn't want it.
Someone
save. I had to
For a
freeze
long
frame, so I
awkward
couldn't
freeze
ask.
frame.
All right, so as I was saying, I throw the thing over the clip. No, I'm just kidding. Tom's not feeling well. He's gonna be missing for the rest of the. Wait,
Freeze
tell
framed out of
him to
here.
come back up.
Yeah, he freeze framed out. It's a glitch.
No, yeah, Tom was not feeling too hot.
Error 404, I think.
Tom not found.
Tom not found.
Yeah, get the fake Tom.
We need fake Tom.
Penguin
Chris,
Tom.
thank you. You're good. You're
No more
really
freeze
good.
frame, dude.
You're gonna drown.
Dude, I think he's dead. I'm pretty sure he's dead. Someone take his stuff.
San Francisco.
You think?
Dude, hit his
Oh,
elbow.
there
My
you
arm's
go.
sore. My arm's sore. I can't do it anymore. I'm not Travis Willingham. I can't do it.
How long did he go for?
Like 5 minutes. I'm just
Like this.
It's the best.
It was more than 5 minutes.
I
I
like,
feel.
He got
I like
turned
the
to
fake
stone.
laugh.
His character got turned stone. They were literally throwing paper balls at him. He just wouldn't move.
I don't think he blinked. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
Better than not better than Liam though. Liam's character went down
Oh my
and
God, he
pretended
just-
to die. He just laid head
his
down
head
on the
down.
table for like 13 minutes.
To be fair, he probably needed a nap that day.
All right, so we are back. When last we left off, Dyrus was going to go make a very bad decision.
No, I'm not doing anything. I'm planning on doing something.
Right.
Set the day.
He's going. So Dyrus
No, I
told you
can't
all he was taking the object outside of the house.
I told them.
Yes.
Not him.
Not him. Who is in the study alone with Rolf, who at this time starts speaking with you, and he goes, "So what did he offer you?"
Got rudely interrupted by my friend, so didn't really get to that point. Unfortunately.
Look, despite what your friend says, I know what I'm doing might be stupid. But this thing it's an animal trapped in a cage. It's gonna do whatever it takes to get out. And I'm gonna take advantage of that.
Yeah, but it's best to keep animals in the cages that are gonna bite you when they get out. Usually animals are in a cage for a reason. But honestly, what happened before isn't my concern right now. We're in it, and we gotta figure out a way to like resolve this with both parties happy.
I hope you believe me when I say that part of the reason that I agreed to the contract was to protect the kid. I may not like the family, but Delilah, Jackson, they grew up in this house with me here. I care about those kids. Their mother might be a greedy, nasty woman, but they're good people.
I just wish the goodness was enough to prevent this situation in general. Shit.
So, would you guys like to do anything while Dyrus is
Throw up the salute.
heading downstairs?
Let me know when I get outside to like near the cliffside.
Alright, let's try to gather Delilah.
Yeah, Delilah. Find Delilah to go in her room.
Okay. A lot of this is going to be sporadic, jumping between the three groups. So we're going to start with you guys. You guys were going to check out Delilah's room. Okay.
Are we getting her room or are we getting her?
Do we need her necessarily?
She's not upstairs currently. She's down with the rest of the group.
It would seem pretty straightforward. Might as well nip it close to the bud. If she's got something to tell us, she might as well tell it now.
Why don't we investigate a little and then get her? So there's no interference.
I don't think she'd be much of an interference. August?
Sorry.
It's okay.
I kind of wasn't paying attention. What are we doing?
Should we go get
apologize.
Delilah or go investigate in her room first?
Oh, I think we should look through a room without her there.
Didn't she say something about having a journal too?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Alright. Xander, go downstairs. In 10 minutes, bring up Delilah. We're
Will
gonna
do.
go look for her room.
All right, I can do that.
And then go see the horses again.
All right, I'll bring Arik with me.
Perfect.
The
Yeah,
horses are something crazy.
Arik, Xander, you go get Delilah. Give us about 10 minutes. Bring her up afterwards. We'll be back in Jackson's room. Let's not let her know we were snooping around.
So, are you guys keeping Jackson with you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So the three of you and Jackson kind of leads you across the hall, down the hall a little bit, on the opposite side of the hallway, and he goes, "This is Delilah's room."
Can you show me the collection that made you start yours?
Sure. And he reaches up and he tries the door. She locked it. She always locks it. She doesn't like her mom coming in and snooping through.
Well, do you know how to open it?
With a key.
Where's the key?
I think Raucous.
Can you open it with magic?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe you could open it with magic.
Without setting
Kinda-
it on fire?
He lifts his hand.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You love
What
Wi-Fi
did I ask
fighting
this kid to do?
He lifts his hand to the door.
Without setting it on fire?
He doesn't know.
He does not set the door on fire, but the door also does not open. He has the same kind of blue flame dancing across his fingers, but it doesn't jump to the door. And he... No. Sorry.
That's okay.
Jackson, did your sister have anything to do with you and Rolf's plan?
I never saw her. I've never seen her talk to the man in the crystal. I don't think so.
She talked about your daddy, like you do. A lot.
She misses Dad a lot.
She's over it.
Yeah. She's about 16 going on 17 in about a month's time, the mother said. Jackson is 5 or 6.
Who in the hell shot Rolf? I don't know.
Do you know where Delilah also keeps her journal?
I know. He kind of gets wide-eyed, kind of answering before he thought about it. And he's like, yes, but I shouldn't.
Well, you see, we're all here working on the same team. Nobody's hurting anybody. We're all trying to figure this out so we can get you what you want and keep you safe. So, you know.
She keeps it in between her bed and the bottom portion of her bed, like under the mattress.
Did she set any traps?
Nothing that I found.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't think we can do much of anything being inside this room.
Well, let's open up this journal.
Well, you have to get into
It's
the
in
room.
Oh, it's in the room. Oh, she locked the door? Oh, I
Door's
thought we were
locked.
inside the room and
No.
there was a closed closet door.
Oh.
No. You're outside of the
We're
room,
outside the door.
and the door is locked.
It was a big door.
I was gonna say.
Normal size
I'm not
door.
a big lady.
That's his version of saying, I break down the door.
Go ahead and make an athletics check to break down the door.
He just goes, breaks the door.
Wow,
no,
that's
that's
really
That's really good.
22?
Yeah.
So, not the first time that this has happened for Raucous in his career. He just kind of takes a big step back, leans in with a boot, boom, right to the door handle area. The door swings open wide. You can see the handle kind of rolls off of the floor onto the floor as the door is now kicked inward. And the handle, the locking mechanism, destroyed. The frame of the door is splintered a little bit. And Raucous just kind of gives you a, we're in.
Turns out it wasn't locked at all.
Reconnaissance.
My eyes are gonna flash, but thank you for taking initiative, Raucous.
No problem.
At
Find
this-
that journal.
At this point, we're going to switch for a second. Dyrus, you leave the house, seemingly unobstructed. You are now outside on the front grounds. In where you are, make a perception check.
Easy peasy. Lemon 5.
5.
Definitely sees the lemon.
Don't really notice much. Rolf seems to be just
stuffy in here.
kind of pacing the room back and forth when he stops for a second and keeps going.
I'm sure it was nothing.
You are outside.
Okay.
I want to sit with my back against the wall, like, not under a window, but just like between. If there are two windows like this, I want to sit in the middle, so that
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Facing like the cliffside. Like,
Okay.
facing out over the water.
You can do that. It's precariously close. It's like sitting. Like no, not precariously. You have about 5 feet before the
Oh, okay,
drop
that's
off, so you're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I just want to like gauge. This goes all the way back and around, right?
Yeah.
Like there would be 5 feet all the way around. in case
Yeah, this
anyone
house
has to
doesn't
move.
really have a backyard.
No. I mean,
Yeah.
it does. It's just the ocean.
Right.
The drop.
So I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna turn the gem towards me. All right. What are you offering?
Open to talking again, are you?
I'm open
Well.
to listening.
I can see you're in desperate need of some coin. Coin I am more than willing to provide. I just want to be free. I want to return to the service of my master. So, your friends seem pretty capable. I felt a bit of magic emanating from them as we passed in the hallway earlier. If they were open, and you were open to allowing me to walk free from here, I'd say I could cover half the wages you seek. 50,000 gold closer to freeing your parents from whatever fresh hell they're serving currently in Anjasir.
What's your second offer?
Oh, the first was not to your liking.
Coming from a business perspective, you never accept the first offer.
I'll give you the full sum. 100,000. However, you are in service to me.
All right. Interesting. Just wanted to see if you're as dumb as you look, and I turn it away and put it down next to me.
Fair enough.
I want to go back to reading the contract.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because you still have it in front of you.
Oh yeah, then I'll continue. Even if it's impossible to get through, I want to get as much information as possible.
All right. I need you to make 2 checks for me.
Yeah.
First one, investigation.
Yeah.
For when you're going through the contract.
Investigation.
Standard investigation.
Mm-hmm. What's the other one?
Next one is going to be a perception check with disadvantage.
All right, that'll wait. Investigation. It's 13.
13.
And then my perception with disadvantage is a 20.
20. With disadvantage.
Yeah, because I rolled a 19 and an 18.
As you start skimming through the contract, you take a look more and more. This is pretty hefty legalese here. But from what you're reading, this contract appears to be pretty fairly written. It talks about how the devil wishes for his freedom from the gem. It talks about clauses which may affect them. Would they not execute in a timely manner? Nowhere does it mention any harm coming to either Rolf or the family that lives inside. In fact, at one point, it specifically mentions the safety of Delilah. Rather than other mentions have been the family within mentioned, but her name specifically comes up. With your perception check, you notice though, you get about 4 or 5 pages in before you look up and you see the door to the study just kind of swinging open. Rolf is not there.
Rolf booked it?
Rolf booked it.
These meddling kids. I'm gonna go run after him.
Back upstairs with you guys. You enter into this room. and much more organized, well kept, a smaller collection of objects. But in here there are, you notice the first thing off the bat is that everything in this collection that you see on her tabletop is gold. There are golden combs, golden hairbrushes, golden pins, golden brooches. Yes, thank you. Rings, jewelry, necklaces, all small trinkets, not necessarily worth a lot of money, but this is someone who has been keeping a nice assortment of things. Other than that, seems to be pretty standard 16-year-old girl's room. There are a small collection on the bed of stuffed animals. Look old, like they've been, she's had them for a long time. On the walls, a hand-painted poster of a striking-looking bardic gentleman playing a guitar, not a guitar, a lute. Shirt kind of half open. It's yeah. This is a young girl's room. It's you guys have the run of the place right now. Nobody's up here with you.
Journal.
Alright, so
Man,
Garrett makes his way over, lifts the mattress, and tucked in deep. You lift the mattress at first, you don't see anything. You really gotta kind of hoist it up, and in the square center of the mattress, there's a small leather-bound journal. You reach in, you open it up, start flipping through it.
Yeah, we'll flip to the last couple of entries. Save
Make
last
make an investigation check. Anything else you guys are doing while you're in there?
I was kind of more interested in the journal too, but I guess I could look around the room and see if there's it's not.
I'm gonna pay attention to Jackson and see where his eyes go once we go in the room.
Jackson's eyes immediately look towards her collection, and he just starts like looking at all. She never lets me look at this stuff. I don't know why it's all out. Usually she hides it away in one of the drawers.
Which drawers?
Those over there, and she points to he points to this big cabinet, essentially.
That's where I'm at.
Okay. What was
That's
it?
a 3.
A 3? Going through the last journal entries, they appear to be
About a boy.
yes.
God
Actually,
damn it.
actually yes. Looking through, you don't find much, but you do find mentions of her love for Rolf. You find mentions that they have fallen for each other, and that her mother would never approve of her dating someone lowly like Rolf, in low position. She wishes for them to be together. That's really like a majority of it is like my mother would never approve. How could she expect to understand what true love is? She mourned my father for a month and then moved on to spend his money. Very vindictive, very angry towards the mother. But no real mention of a devil, no real mention of a deal, nothing like that.
She's in love with the boy.
Oh boy. Rolf?
That one. I literally just haphazardly throw you the journal.
Can I also look through it?
Investigation check. Raucus, you make your way over to the cabinet, open it up, and inside is like a standard 4-tier, 4-drawer cabinet. Looks like where you would keep either clothes or something to that effect, like an armoire. But as you open each drawer, inside, instead of clothes, you find these shelves inside of them with more stuff, more trinkets, more gems, more baubles, all made out of gold. It looks like this lady was hiding something away, something fierce, for a long time.
So Rolf had a sugar mama waiting for him.
And it's staggering to think the amount of wealth that this young lady has collected
Is their
or
family wealthy?
stolen. From what you gathered last week in your investigation, they have been wealthy for a long time, just because of the amount of things that this adventurer had found on his journey and before he settled down. But that money is starting to run thin. That's why she was attempting to sell the gem. So, from what you ascertained, this may be part of the reason that the money has started to run thin. But you're not sure. You're not sure where she came up with the money to collect all this stuff.
18.
18? You read more and more. You go back a little bit further than Garrett did. You go back weeks, months. Spending a little bit of time. You're kind of a speed reader. You read a lot. And you're just kind of flipping through. And you come to a page that talks about a strange encounter. Where she was alone in the trophy room. And she saw a vision of her father standing in front of her. And her father... she believed it to be a dream.
Mm-hmm.
But her father told her, we can be together again. Speak to what lies in the gem. And that was the last mention of the gem in the book.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can gather from that as you will. But,
Tear that page out.
okay. And that page is dated about 6 months prior to today.
Okay. The children, the gem, the diadem, something. They think their father is speaking
Speaking
to
of
them.
which, you wanted to see
Oh, okay.
sealing, unsealing, and a picture of the diadem from a front view.
Hmm. Oh, ceiling
Look
and
around the
ceiling?
battle camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Throw that in front.
Don't tell us what to do.
Very nice. Look at that.
There you go.
That's
High
cool art.
quality.
You can't see it, sorry.
An artist in multiple forms.
Darn it,
Thanks,
Matt.
Tom. Thanks.
Tom, when did you get here? Sorry, Tom. I mean,
You're not
guys.
Tom.
That's what you have so far. Is that you rip out the sheet of paper, no problem. Raucous, you go through the rest of those gems and all 4 of these shelves, except for the bottom one, which is cleared out empty. You can assume that's the stuff on the table, filled with probably the same amount of stuff.
We'll look for like a little secret compartment in the back of the shelf.
Make an investigation check.
Do we see this? Whiteboard?
18.
18. Your hand, in the last drawer, your hand kind of moves back towards the back part of the closet, and you feel a give to the back of the wall.
Oh my god.
Going to Narnia, baby.
Oh shit.
You push on it.
What's up, Lion King?
Oh shit. It's Simba.
You push on it, and the wall kind of falls inward, and out from the back, you see this little, about this big, scroll of paper. You take it and you open it, and there's one word written on it, and it says Amemnoch. A-M-E-M-N-O-C-H.
Can you spell that again?
Fair enough.
If you see that,
Okay, right then.
A-M-E-M-N-O-C-H.
I'll show it to Phelan. Does this mean anything to you? What about you, Varys?
I have a great guess that that's probably this guy's name. And if I know anything about devils and demons, which I don't know if I do,
the devil's name.
can't you control a devil or a demon with his name?
You know his name?
Would I know that? As Varys?
Is that
Make a
his true
religion
thing?
check with Varys's modifier.
What was the demon's archdemon's name? Or the
Mammon.
archdemon's? Huh?
Mammon.
Namor?
Mammon.
Mammon.
That's a 12.
You do not recognize the name. Varys knows the names of some of the archdevils and demons. This one does not appear to be any of those that he knows.
Well, would I know the whole, if you know the name of the demon or devil deal?
You know that names, with a 12, you know that names hold power. Not necessarily that they give you control over the demon,
Right.
but knowing the name of a demon, there's some things you can do with that that you're not too familiar with. But you do know that every devil or archdevil does not want its name known for that particular reason. That there is some stuff you can do with a devil's name. You would have to find out a bit more though,
Yeah.
because you have never dealt personally with a devil or an archdemon.
So, I
If
said
this
that
is-
aloud, yeah.
If this is that creature's name, perhaps our job is just gotten easier.
Maybe we can use it as a bargaining chip.
I'm sure a devil would be less inclined to follow suit on his contracts if we offered his name to several religious organizations to do as they see fit with him.
What?
A devil's name
Followers in the series just give their soul like nothing.
grants you not power but sway over the demon or devil in question.
This might be it.
If
The Bambino.
If you're a cleric of Nasira and someone brings you the name of a devil, you could get rid of him in an instant. He wouldn't really like that.
Right.
I don't think you know the spell.
You don't know that.
Well, it seems
Just
that
say.
Delilah is definitely in on this
Oh,
ordeal,
I
and we
think,
need to get her.
I think our young girl has more knowledge than anyone here. I think it's been about
That's what it's like
the
to
allotted
understand.
time. They should be waiting for us over in the other room. I'm gonna go
We shall see.
say hi. We'll walk over.
Yes. Outside, was there anything else you wanted to do?
Break. No. Every now and again, I'm just gonna kind of like look and see if I can see in the windows to see if I can see if he's doing anything or anyone's doing anything.
Okay. On your first glance, the first time you look, not really. You can't really see much.
Do I see him reading the contract? Or is it like
You're on that side of the house. Or you're on the
Well, I
opposite
don't know. I
side?
assumed because you said I assumed the perception check was for him to see me.
No.
Oh, it wasn't. Okay, then I just look in and see what I can see.
Okay.
Excuse me.
You don't see anything from the side of the house that you're on the first time you look. The second time you look, you don't see anybody inside. But as your head glances and turns to look inside, you do see at the corner of the house there's a figure just kind of leaning up against the side of the house, shoulder against the house, just waiting.
Like towards the front of the house or towards the back?
Yeah, from what you can see from here, it's like you see the shoulder of someone leaning against the house.
I can't see any features of them.
From here, no. You can just kind of see like if the house ends here, you see the shoulder.
Hold on, I'm kind of confused. Okay, so the house is here. I'm on the side of the house. It looks like just the edge of their shoulders at the front of the house poking out.
Correct.
Okay.
Like
does
he's
it-
leaning with his back up against the wall right at the corner.
Does the clothes look familiar that I can see?
Make a perception check.
Nope. That's a hot 8.
Hard to say without getting closer.
Is it at least the same color? Can I at least tell that?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
tell it's black.
Okay, so
That's
it's-
what they were wearing.
I can Rolf then, or
Rolf or Xenia. They were
Okay.
both wearing blackguard uniforms.
right? Okay. All right. In that case, I walk back to the back of the house around the corner as well, and I just kind of keep my eyes open both ways,
Okay.
and then whatever they're doing.
It's the fastest man alive.
No. That's me.
As you head down the hallway, kind of looking for Rolf in every room, every direction, you notice the three others with Jackson coming down the stairs now. Phelan, Raucus, and Garrett.
Where'd he go?
Excellent time.
No, maybe not. Maybe not the best.
Why? What has happened?
Rolf's gone.
Okay. And?
How is Rolf gone, Leon?
I was reading the contract, and I was distracted, and he left.
Fantastic.
Where's the family?
Another fantastic question. I do not know.
I forgot
Oh,
where
wait. Wait, we were gonna go. We were gonna go back to Jackson's room though, because we told Xander and Rick to go
Well,
back there.
you met up there, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll say after you met up with them, you came back downstairs.
Well, 'cause we told them to
we
get
told
Delilah.
them to bring Delilah up.
Yeah, we
That's
told them to get
true.
Delilah.
That's
Oh.
true. Then at this point, while you guys are all having this conversation,
Yeah, good point. Good point.
while you guys are all having this conversation on the stairs, you see Eric and Xander walking up with Delilah.
And Leon, I guess, just to make him part of it, or.
Leon is
Well,
meeting up with
charging
them.
through the hallway.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, they kind of came to the head of the stairs.
I
Saw
had
Leon
to
looking around like this.
Perfect. Everyone's in one place at one time. Well,
Mm,
some of the important people anyway.
Got him. Got me.
Where's Dyrus? And does he still have the gem?
both excellent questions.
The last time you saw him? Did he have him?
Didn't he talk to you guys last?
Yeah, he did.
He did. We don't know where he went from here.
Oh, I haven't talked to him.
You, girl!
What's going on?
Come here. You have some questions to answer.
Like that next time.
Okay. And she kind of takes a couple steps forward. Yes?
Phelan, Raucus, if you please.
And I just want to show her the piece of paper.
The journal or the
Both.
Oh God.
She kind of looks at it for a second with a blank stare, shaking her head. Yes?
What does this mean to you?
Not a thing.
Not a thing?
Never seen that before in my life.
You never heard this name before in your life?
Is that a name? It's hard to pronounce. No, I've never seen that before in my life.
I want an insight.
Both of you, what's your insights
Can I
perspective?
inside check from behind
This
the house?
one-
Okay.
Most suspicious.
This one is a +3.
Plus 3?
3.
Alright, you're silver, you're gold.
I don't have to be silver.
Back from the Achilles days.
She's
Silver
very difficult
medalist.
to read. More so for you, Mr. Nat 1. She's very, very difficult to read. She is seemingly confused. She says, "I never made that. I've never seen that before in my life."
Do handwritings match up from the journal to the written thing?
You have a piece of her journal, so you kind of match it up, and yeah, they look pretty similar.
What's the contents of your wardrobe and your armoire upstairs? What's
Keep-
in there?
Keep all of my jewelry in there.
All of your jewelry?
Yes.
4 drawfuls?
Yes. I'm a lady of stature. I'm not going to walk around in rags.
I'll walk around with the help.
I'm sorry?
I'll walk around with the help.
At this point, you can see a crimson rush to both sides of her face. You read my diary?
Yes. And we know.
That was a pretty
Please. And she runs forward.
Nope.
I didn't know Rolf was going to do any of this. You cannot tell Mother.
I don't believe that. Because this handwriting and this handwriting match up, child. And you have
She-
something to do with this.
She grabs.
No, she doesn't grab.
She tries.
Flame blade!
You're accusing me of something. May I at least see it?
No. Come forth
You
with
can hold it.
information.
You can hold it. I just want to look. I swear to you, I did not write that. Whatever that is, I don't know that name. Or if you say it's a name, I don't know what it is. I swear. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay?
Definitely don't know that.
Now I
it's
give
the
her
name of
the
devil.
Where's your
the-
friend who can do the magic?
The diction comes from.
He's right here.
Can we do
Everywhere.
The insight thing.
Go ahead.
The zone of truth.
Get
Yes.
inside it. Be insightful. Come on.
Okay. I use the zone of truth on it.
She does not try to resist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, good. Rose up here.
Says, the reason I lied to you last time is because I didn't want my mother to find out about Rolf. If she found out something like that, she would either fire him or disown me. Neither things I want to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I have never seen that piece of paper before.
Do I get a signal or anything?
Just being honest as the day she was born.
I've,
I don't know what that
She's
phrase
lying,
means.
that's it? Because there's a conversation.
That damn
How
lion
did such a
before.
young lady become such a lady person of stature?
My mother had money and I was born into it.
That's how you acquired all these jewels and gold.
I asked my mother for money and she would give it to me.
When
So
did you start acquiring all these pieces?
Years ago, when I was 11 or 12.
In your journal, you wrote about you saw a vision of your father.
Oh, I didn't.
I'll show her the paper then. Read this aloud. She gets it.
I don't know what any of this means. I don't remember writing this.
She's still in zone of truth.
She is.
She stands on the truth.
I don't remember writing this. I don't remember writing any of it.
Is it possible she would have
But this is my handwriting and this is the paper from my journal. But I swear to you, I don't know what's going on. I've never written this. I don't remember a vision. I don't remember anything happening with the gem. I don't remember a vision of my father. And she hands it back to you.
Possible he still holds some sort of power here.
Or the devil
Post-mortem.
has possessed her.
And what gave us what I assume to be his name? Stored it for safekeeping?
Leon, would you know anything about devil possession of people?
Leon, does this
It
seem familiar
seems-
to you?
Well, it definitely can happen. And it's bad.
good stuff?
Mm-hmm. No, not good stuff. Did you even listen?
Does the name ring a bell?
Would it ring a bell?
A Memnock? Make a history check.
17.
17. You're more familiar with the Nine Hells and the system of archfays and demons and things like that. Memnock is not a name of one of the archdevils. You wouldn't really know the names of a lot of the lower devils or devilkin. So
Alright. So,
it sounds like a devilish name.
he definitely isn't a big shot. Say that much.
Well, let's assume this is his name. Then what? How do we use this as a bargaining chip against him? Perhaps free the other two of their contracts in exchange for maybe not taking it to the Temple of Nasira and letting everyone know his name? Because that doesn't seem like something the devil would want.
Maybe not want, but I don't know if it'll change anything. It just said, I know in the contract it said the name should not be given out, but that might make the contract null and void and kill them instantly, so it might be a risk.
Well, they didn't give the name it was located.
Might not matter. That was pretty explicit in the contract. It's not something I would throw around recklessly.
Do you have a contract with the devil?
Me? No, and all of a sudden her eyes flare green.
Jesus Christ.
And she goes, yes, before it disappears. She just appears to be standing there as if she had just answered no.
I believe you.
Sorry?
You've forgotten, it seems.
Forgotten what?
Well, the plot continues to thicken.
I dispelled the zone of truth at this point.
Okay.
It's not going to do any good.
Am I in trouble? Have I done anything wrong?
You're not in trouble with us, but you may be in trouble in general. Alright, we're breaking our shots out. Let's get that one going.
Oh god, is that the new one?
What do you mean
I
I've
hope not.
forgotten?
Seems.
Your eyes just flashed green. You answered yes.
She looks panic-stricken now at this point. Tears start welling up in the corner of her eyes. What did I do? I don't even remember.
Well, you said it yourself. That's your handwriting in the book. Even if it's clear as day. Even if you don't remember that, you wrote that.
Why?
We need to find Iris. We need to find him fast.
Delilah, the zone of truth that we put you under has revealed some answers to us. It's clear that you don't want to hurt anybody. Correct?
No, I would never be part of this. Something must be wrong with your zone or something. I would never be a part of that. I would never agree to a deal with the devil.
David insult his zone.
Deal with the revocation.
You what? you what? There's something wrong with. Excuse me.
We'll deal with the ramifications of that statement later. For now, find Iris.
Speaking of Dyrus.
Hey.
At this point, I've put the duodenum in my backpack.
Okay.
To hide it, like wrapped in an extra cape or cloth, whatever thing I can find in my backpack. Maybe one of the tents or something like that I have. And just wrap it up as like many layers as I can, and I just shove it in my backpack. And then I walk to the opposite side of the house to try to see if I can see the person whose shoulder was up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
So
absolutely.
like, yeah, I just walk around to see if I have a clear view and see who the person is.
Okay. As you kind of lean around the corner, you do see Rolf. He is standing there, seemingly begrudgingly, and as you peek around the corner, he looks to the side, gives you a slight wave.
I just walk by him and into the house if he doesn't do anything to stop me.
He does not. He, as you walk past him, he just says, "Just making sure you weren't doing anything stupid.
Nothing to do stupid things with.
You have the gem.
Uh-huh.
Just making sure.
Oh, I mean, I don't have it.
You do.
Oh, right.
I know where it is at all times.
Oh, me
Part
too.
of the contract.
Same. Wink. And I walk inside.
Same.
Oh, yes.
He follows behind. And as you guys walk into the house, you are greeted with the sight of your compatriots standing around, with Delilah as well. Delilah appears to be in tears, just kind of looks over.
So we figured it out then.
We've got a lot of information. Unfortunately, we don't know where to go from here.
So nothing
Delilah,
helpful.
Delilah at this point walks past you and slaps Rolf right across the face. What have you done to me? What did you make me do? I didn't want to make a deal with the devil. And Rolf just kind of looks at her, confused for a moment. And shakes it off. What's done is done. Anyway,
I walk up and grab him by the collar and slam him into the wall.
he just kind of takes it. Go on.
Start talking.
I've already talked. Told you everything you need to know.
Not about the girl. What's her involvement in all this?
Contract.
Choose your words carefully.
Contract made long prior to mine. I have no knowledge of it. The devil won't speak of it.
What else have we found out? What do we do?
Let me see if he can bullshit me.
Appears to be pretty honest and brazen. You've got him by the collar. He hasn't really tried to lie to you guys much or fight you on a lot of stuff. So, from what you can tell right now, he's being truthful.
I dropped on his bad leg.
Okay. He just he takes a moment to stand up.
So what have we found out other than this guy's an asshole? My apologies.
Both.
Compadres, I think we found out that you have to make a choice.
There's no choice to be made.
I'll kill this thing.
And you see that my hands are empty.
Where's the old ruby gem shiny device with the
Safe.
with MDP?
It's safe.
I'd wager in his backpack, Rolf says.
Can I just turn and rock Rolf across the face? Yeah, I'm just gonna turn.
Shut their
Is he
anger on
trying to
Rolf.
defend this, or can I just do it?
I mean, he has his natural AC. He's not going to let you punch him in the mouth.
Is he
but-
surprised?
Yeah.
Okay. Nope.
Oh, buddy.
11.
11. He's a bit more armored than that, but not by much. So as you go to swing, he just kind of ducks his head back a little bit as your swing brushes right past his nose, and he kind of puts his hands up. Not trying to fight anyone.
I punch him again right in the nose.
Oh, go ahead and make the attack.
He's not surprised this time, I guess.
No,
Well, that's a 17.
that hits.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh god, that
Whoa.
was not.
In the
Where did
dice
that go?
tray.
7 bludgeoning.
7.
Yep.
Okay. You were trying to punch him in the nose.
Yeah.
Okay. So you crack him right
Next
across the
level.
snout.
Actually,
He looks up and you can see his nose is actually broken.
good.
His nose is broken. There's a split in the middle of the nose, and the right nostril's just sort of gushing blood now.
Just kidding. It's a D6.
Yeah, let's
I'll keep that for now, but I'll.
He takes a second,
Noted.
kind of collects himself, snaps his nose back into place, blows some blood out from his nose, wipes it away.
You feel better now.
Nice shot. Anyway,
You feeling better? You good?
No, not even a little bit.
Didn't think so.
Dyrus, Delilah, Jackson, Rolf, all have contracts with the devil. And we found some items of interest in Delilah's room. They're,
Such as?
Well,
a scroll
Before you still have it on you,
and some gold.
as is mentioned.
I do.
it's not omnipotent. If you're not talking to him,
Literally,
it's not
stop
gonna matter.
talking.
No, he's helpful right now. Believe it or not. Keep talking.
Well, it's not omnipotent. It can't see everything at all times. It is trapped. Taken a long time and a lot of power to get it to the point where it can actually speak to people. The seals are being undone anyway. Slowly, but over time, magical seals erode. These ones are starting to. It'll take a long time before he's free on his own accord. He's looking to hasten the process.
What would
Goes
happen?
back to
What would happen if someone doubled down on these seals? Would he go back to a more
sealed him
quiet state?
sealed him further? I mean, yes, but like I said, the Nine Hells already know of our contracts. They've been signed. Sealing him is not going to do anything for me. It's certainly not going to do anything for Jackson.
Well,
Do you still have the paper? Of course. Sure. Does this mean anything to you? As I show it to him?
Can I see it? A Memnock.
It's probably his name. He always told me to refer to him as Knock.
Seems pretty clear.
How do we use this?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Names are powerful. Anything I ever read about devils. You can banish a devil with its name. Just need to know the right spells and be powerful enough. Still needs to be present for you to banish him, which would still require you to get him out of the gem.
You get him out of the gem, does that fulfill the contract?
Fulfills Jackson's contract.
Fulfills Jackson's.
What was
Huh.
Delilah's?
We don't know. She didn't even know she had one.
So, here's an idea. I know that he's not one of the uppity up devils.
Right.
He's not
all powerful. Strong be that, but not all powerful. I say we let them out, and we end their contracts by doing that. Then we beat the ever-living bobbity out of them.
Well, not to put it, I mean, of course this is not going to change your opinion. It fulfills Jackson's contract, not mine. He would still be inhabiting my body.
Perfect. Plan
I know
settled.
you don't give a shit about me.
Leon.
You've made that pretty clear. That's fine. You're still going to be dealing with a devil.
Leon, we're only certain that breaks one of 3 contracts. We don't know what the girls entails.
Delilah.
Can you test
Rolf, do you
that?
know what her contract entails?
I have no idea, but if she has a contract, she can look at it.
How would she do that?
She's to cut her hand the same way he did earlier.
Cut her hand, and then you speak the. It's a hard word to say. It's
Spaghetti.
an abyssal.
El Contracto.
I mean-
Yes.
huh?
I don't remember.
No, you speak celestial, I believe.
Yes.
Um,
But I thought it was my
opposite.
option languages. I don't know how to take it.
it's essentially just the word for reed in abyssal.
I hand Delilah a dagger.
I don't know abyssal.
All you've got to do is say the word. I'm sure Rolf here would be more than happy to assist.
Just a little bit.
You said the word before, didn't you?
And she kind of winces a bit as she cuts her hand. So, and she kind of not very happy with Rolf.
Yeah.
Rolf tells her the word. It kind of sounds like it sounds a little bit like dialect. It's like Nyla. As she speaks it, small, much smaller than Rolf's, appears in her hands, and she starts. She's terrified by this, and she starts reading through. And she gets to the end, 4 pages really.
Easy. Alright.
It appears I, too, am bound to his service. As part of the contract, I would not remember it.
Until?
Apparently, I made the same deal that Jackson did. In order to ensure his freedom, I would help him, but I wouldn't remember any of it. Apparently, I said I didn't want to. And I don't know why, but in exchange, I asked for the devil's name. That's why I was given that.
Devil!
Oh shit!
No, the electro just flicks over.
12 for initiative.
But I don't remember any of it. I swear. I
But we unseal the devil and you clear?
It says my contract ends when the devil is unsealed.
Is that a
How
fair
long would it
plan?
take to reseal him? And do we have anybody powerful enough to do that?
Well,
I'm assuming,
Jax is learning both types of seals.
yeah, I'm assuming if Jackson can learn one seal, he has both of them. Jackson, do you know how to use both of those? Has he taught you that yet?
No. He's just been making sure I knew them.
Alright, so we feign an agreement to help him out. We pull him out.
We need to be sure that this can be done. I'm not going to risk taking him out and he's just free. So, what's the plan?
Pull him out. Jackson puts him back somewhere else.
Are we sure Jackson can do that or wants to do that?
Jackson, do you want to finish your father's work?
I just want to see my dad again. That's the only reason I did this. I'm sorry I caused so much trouble.
Child, I'm not going to lie to you. The odds of that happening are slim to none.
He kind of hangs his head low. You can see his shoulders start moving as he seems to be like sobbing to himself.
Taken advantage of by a vile creature who, frankly, deserves a sword in the heart, if he has one.
Ruckus is gonna put his head on Jackson's head. His hand on Jackson's head.
You see him kind of like jump. See him kind of.
Comforting.
Yes. Stop crying, boy.
The mountain of Silver and Martel.
You just straight up hit him with the cradle. Stop crying.
Your head just like that.
Silence.
Silence, boy.
It seems to comfort him for a bit, and he kind of looks up at you and grabs your leg, holds it while he cries. Rolf just kind of looks about the room. Are we doing this?
Well, someone else has got a better plan.
We need to make sure the boy is able to cast both of those spells in
Hold on.
succession.
Hold on. We also need to make sure that we have something to seal him back in.
Indeed.
Because once he's free, I believe he inhabits the moron's body.
Got a
Could
water
kill
skin.
2 birds with 1 stone for us.
However, I'm afraid if it inhabits his body, it would also be as powerful.
I agree.
I agree, but at the same time, it's a risk either way.
How are we gonna get him outside of?
Is the wording specific enough to where it is released from the stone and then the contracts are free, or does it specifically say he needs to be free into the predetermined body?
It just says he has to be released from the oil.
May I, girl?
So can it just simply be transferred
For that.
into a
Rolf,
different stone?
Rolf pulls his as well, so you can
And
take a
we'll
look.
take Jackson's if he's okay with it.
We got to double check, but
Jackson, he doesn't really like blood, so he's gonna take a little bit of convincing to cut his own hand.
Ruckus is gonna get Jackson's.
Okay.
Ruckus, get it.
Do a persuasion check.
Sure. What do you say to him?
Gonna tell a story about 2 men walking across a desert, and as they're walking across the desert, one of them falls and trips over a rock, and just that moment sliced his wrist.
Yes. His wrist?
Well, then that would
His
The
hand.
hand.
Whatever.
I know what you mean.
I'm gonna go a half inch up so Matt can calm the F down.
No, you don't understand. That's that's a really touchy subject for me.
Slitting little boy's wrists.
No, just
I was hoping
wrists in
that's
general.
where you were gonna go with it, like just tell him a story and just do it for him.
Ruckus, he's kind of listening along to your story, and then before you know it, just there's a little bit of blood in his hand, and Rolf tells him the words Nylach. Little contract appears. Not very big, not very thick. Seems Rolf had more in his contract based upon the fact that the devil was going to be inhabiting his body.
Yeah.
So there had to be a bunch of preset clauses and conditions in that.
I want to look at the kids' contracts and see what the wording is about getting the devil out of the gem.
The finality of the contract for both Delilah and Jackson appears to be freeing the soul from the gem.
Phelan, you know
Rolf's
a bit
does
about.
not. Rolf's goes on.
Right.
Further.
Right. Phelan, you know about these runes and this magic stuff, right?
Okay.
Would it be possible to begin a rune and just have like a line left? That way, it's quickly done. Like as soon as it's released, he can just finish a line or can complete one little circle or something, and it's good to go. I don't know how the magic works.
I'm not sure how to answer that in character.
Make an Arcana check.
Please roll high. Please roll high. That'll do.
Pretty
All
good.
right.
Yeah,
That'll
that's,
do.
That's numbers
40.
21.
Oh, still
Close.
Symbols and glyphs can be drawn beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
but it takes time to channel magical energy into them in order to have them act in a way where you essentially, to activate the rune, it requires a little bit of focus.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that can be done instantaneously. Glyph
Right.
work takes time.
Mm-hmm.
So the larger and more complex the glyph, the longer it takes to activate it. So these seem pretty complex.
Yes.
So
How much
it,
time would she know?
give or take 5 minutes.
Alright.
Okay.
Hey.
So, even if Jackson were to write down the glyphs and create them prior to us unsealing this demon, it would take time to channel the energy through.
and that's 5 minutes if you have an arcane user focusing on each glyph. Given your current situation with you, Eric, I'll say it would be involved in this as well, since he's your only other mage, and Jackson, each on a glyph, it would take 5 minutes. But if it were just you, it would take at least 15, because
No.
you would have to spend 5 on each glyph.
Well, just a quick question though, and I wouldn't know this obviously, but she would. Would one seal temporarily hold them while the other ones are built, or would it be like?
Dyrus would not know.
No,
that.
I'm asking if she, because I don't know.
Would
if
she know how? Knowing the way it works, if it required 3 seals to completely seal him previously, most likely the seals would not take effect until all 3 were present.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
I was gonna say how many seals are on this diadem.
And I assume you
It's 3.
Well, yeah, you just explained.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So
Well, then, even better. Honestly, in my opinion, then we don't even have to beat him. We just gotta stall.
We're just gonna stall.
Right,
Tough,
but
but-
what if he's free, he gains his power back? Right now, he is essentially powerless.
Well, if he could gain all his power back, why would he need to invade Rolf's body?
Because he needs a vessel here so he can transport himself to the Hells.
Exactly. So he might be weaker before he gets to Rolf. If we could stop him in between.
We've got to act in that window.
Now, here's the problem. I don't know if we remove Rolf out of the situation, would it just transfer straight to him, or would it take time to get to him? Now, if we leave Rolf in the room, we're risking that as well.
maybe Ralph will know. Ralph, do you
I don't
know
think
about
Rolf
the
knows anything, but let's ask him.
Transfer from the when he is released from the diadem to you. How does that work in your research?
He said I had to be present when the spell was being cast,
Oh, so he doesn't.
so that means that I'm assuming that it's not instantaneous.
So there's the travel element to
Well,
it.
also to be fair, in his contract, not doubting you, your job is to make sure that this can go as smoothly as possible, not harm the process in any way. So, can't really take your word
Fair enough.
on that.
Good point.
I don't think
You've
he's
been so
intelligent
apt.
enough to lie.
You've been so apt to take my words previously, and he kind of wipes a little bit of dried blood from under his broken nose.
Right already? Should I break it again?
All right. Oh, this is complicated.
Perhaps there's maybe Phelan, you know a spell that could set up a magical barrier to kind of slow him down?
Or does it reek that we don't know of?
Hmm.
I don't know what he knows. Do you know what he knows?
What, Eric?
Yeah. If he knows anything that could block
Um,
this thing from getting out.
and I'm also gonna look through my spellbook.
Yeah.
Eric would most likely not.
Okay.
He hasn't really dealt in that type of magic before. He's more battle magic.
Yeah.
Is it?
Okay.
He's like, can we create like a supernatural devil's trap to hold him?
The only kind of barriers I can
Well, we
set
don't. I
natural.
don't think we would.
Do you know anything about devil's traps?
I don't know, like.
Like I said earlier, Varus hasn't really dealt with a lot of demons and devils and things like that. He was more
More high
other
scale.
realmly horrors.
Yeah, it was bigger.
So you don't really know a whole lot. The only person who would is the cleric.
yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
My necklace that has the shield spell in it.
Mhm.
I don't know how magic could be manipulated, but would it be? Does Dyrus feel like I can use this shield spell from the necklace to kind of like contain instead of block? You see what I'm saying? Even if it's just for a second.
The way you've always seen this spell work has always been in an outward fashion, generating
Defensive.
outward. You don't believe it could be used offensively to
Gotcha.
like hold somebody.
Gotcha.
And even if you did, that only lasts a total of 6 seconds.
I know, but I'm just thinking if I could like push him back for a second, but that's it. All right, well, I guess we'll see what
Leon, is it possible to stall him? Maybe lock him down here somewhere? Create some sort of seal here temporarily while we finish up the spell? Kill him, make a devil's trap?
Hold on, I might have some. Give me a little bit. I'm looking into it.
Okay.
Is there a temple in town? I know Hohenheim they worship. Is it Feldspar or?
In Hohenheim, there's actually not a lot of religious worship in Hohenheim. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but there are many people here with their proximity to the sea that worship Soka, the Wave Rider.
Because I usually, when I walk in town, I take note of temples and such.
You haven't
so.
seen a lot of temples.
Okay.
The only reason I say so is because you did see a statue to the Wave Rider more inward towards town, facing the sea, as most of her statues do.
Okay.
So that's really the only sign of worship you've seen.
Okay. Do I remember anywhere where there might be even a small temple?
Make a history check, I guess.
Sure. Natural 19, 24. I'm sorry, 20.
You saw a temple. From the outside, it looked like it had the markings of the Wave Rider on it. Didn't seem very active, but you could certainly check.
Okay. I'm gonna go see if we can get some more help. Do you have this handled?
Is the devil what is the type of creature the devil, a fiend?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why don't we bring our party to the temple? Wouldn't it be more religious power there?
It could. It
It
could.
could also sense something.
I got something. As I'm scrolling through my book of spells, I think there's one I can perform. It's new to me, but I think I can pull it off.
Okay, go on.
I can create a magic circle. I can create an incantation around him that creates fiends and other unworldly creatures from entering his space. He'll still be in the room fulfilling the contract, but the creature will have a hard time getting through. He still might be able to break through, but it's me versus him.
So it would carry a circle around you?
For how long?
Around Rolf.
How long does it last?
As long as I can hold him off.
Really?
Rolf kind of butts in, and a green flash goes across his eyes. I wouldn't be able to stand in that circle.
Why is that?
No, you just can't enter it.
It's not acting in his best interest.
We don't need him in the circle. We put the gem in the circle.
We should,
No, we need him in the
be
circle.
continuing this conversation.
Make sure they can't get out.
Can we move this conversation to the temple, perhaps?
Well, at this point,
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Oh, noble adventurers.
Let's not go that far.
You read the contracts, correct?
Yep.
The contracts state what?
Those are the children's.
They state that the contract is fulfilled when?
When the devil exits the gem.
So by the devil exiting the gem and joining my body, both of them are free of their contracts. I am standing in front of you right now telling you I have no quarrel with this devil entering my body. And as part of my contract, no harm shall come to this family. You've read that. What is the problem?
So anyway, back to business.
Not a big fan of letting him walk around in his own accord.
It's not your say.
Actually, right now it is our say.
Actually, it's not.
Actually, it is.
It is not. In what realm?
The
You
one
have been
you're currently standing in.
You have been hired to do what exactly here? Find a gem. There is your gem, probably in your backpack. Take your 5,000 gold and go.
Interesting. So anyway, what do we think?
I'm gonna flip through his contract, like his contract specifically. See if I can find any mention of the kids.
Make an investigation check.
There's a clause somewhere in there. 12.
12. Nothing. Not that you can see anyway. It's a thick book.
Well, the fool's resigned himself to his own fate, frankly.
And if your friend keeps meddling, he's going to get these 2 children killed.
He's not wrong. He's not looking to be saved. He's looking to save the children. And so are we.
I was honest with you when I told you that I had their interests in heart.
You were.
I knew about Delilah's contract, and once Jackson made the same, I had to intervene.
so what if this devil goes in your body and starts killing or stealing or hurting other people's lives. That's just fine, as long as it's not this family.
I'm not comfortable with the idea of him using my body to do bad things. But I'm also pretty aware that
AC is broken in my
oh no.
Just going around.
Oh man.
Just going this way next.
Oh, just to give
Stay
you
away from me.
just to give you an idea of what you said.
Mhm.
After your last ignoring of him, he turned and he said to the rest of the group, "I don't know about the rest of you, but your friend here is going to get these 2 children killed." And Garrett was inclined to agree. Varys was inclined to agree. My apologies.
That's okay.
And after that, he mentioned that whether or not you believed him, he did have the children's interests in heart when he made the deal, though only partially. That was really it.
So frankly, the way I see it, we save the children. That's all you've got.
How so?
Like I said, this fool's resigned himself to his own fate.
No. How do you propose we save the children?
Let them go. Their deal ends when the devil breaks out
Mm-hmm.
of the gem.
Sure. And then?
And then if he wants to get possessed, that's on him.
So he gets possessed, then what?
Yes, talk through your logic here, because
Yeah,
I'm really not seeing anything here.
The rest is whatever he wants. He's resigned his
As
fate.
part of my contract, no harm will come to this family.
No harm comes to the family. One more devil in a sea of disgust and filth. It's not going to change anything.
How are
Actually,
we going to
it
stop
will
the
change.
devil once it enters Rolf's body?
Who says we have to?
I do.
Logic?
I do, and I'm sure other members of this party would as well. Frankly, I'm a little surprised that you're saying this at all. It's slightly concerning.
Again, small fry, small fish in a sea. A devil seeking wealth is not my concern.
I'm okay with the devil taking Rolf's body, but I'm not okay with not having a plan after that point.
Do you have his
Can we move away from Rolf now and talk? Because frankly, I'm sick
Well,
of hearing his voice.
We need to move away, but I feel like we can't
Trust
go unattended at this point.
Maybe we should tie him up.
Cool.
You won't be doing that.
Xandir and Reek, would you mind just taking him over to the corner while we talk over here?
Oh, sure. I don't mind. Are you okay with that, Rolf? Move him over to the
Yeah.
corner.
There you go.
So
Um,
want me tied up?
Should we have them hold the orb
So
too?
good.
Huh?
Should we have them hold the orb too?
Why? Have him hold it?
The devil might be able to hear. Us
Well,
talk.
No, it can't.
he says it's not.
It would have piped in by now, and it hasn't tried to talk to me or anything.
It might be more clever than that, though.
It might
It's
be.
not. It's really desperate, honestly. It's very, very desperate. It's not very intelligent.
You sound like you had quite the interaction.
Oh, I was just gauging its level of power, and it's not powerful at this point. But it could be.
What did it offer you?
It offered me exactly what anyone else would be offered, exactly what they want. And nothing more. Precisely what they want. In exchange for a bad deal. I'm not making another bad deal.
So
Again. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
our plan so far is to unleash the demon, to release the children from their contracts, because we feel morally obligated to do so. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. But can we let this demon take over Rolf's body?
It's not even about Rolf's body, it's about what happens after that. Rolf gets everything he wished, scot-free, not earning a single penny of what he gets. And this devil now gets to go back to the Nine Hells and serve this even greater devil, who we don't even know what the hell the next plan is. Pun intended.
It's a shit show either way.
It is, but I feel like we can request aid. This is why we make friends with people. This is why we talk to other people, and we can go to a temple and see if there's clerics that maybe you wouldn't know them, but maybe someone like your fathers that you worked with, more powerful than us, and they can maybe come up with something that could help in this situation, because right now we can't do much ourselves.
How much time do we have?
Said about a
Enough
month.
time to do this. Well, it's less than a month.
Less than a month.
If you believe him.
You're stalling and hoping for the perfect solution. They don't always come.
And this is the perfect solution?
Nothing's perfect.
Okay, well I would deem this a lot better than just giving everybody exactly what they want scot-free. Just my opinion, of course, but
They knew exactly what they were getting themselves into.
no, I don't believe they did. They're both children who have lacking world experience because they've been sheltered here in this beautiful home, but sheltered here without knowing much about the rest of the world. And no, I don't believe they know what they were doing. So,
I meant more. Yeah.
oh, he's not getting out of this.
You've got to stop making this one so personal.
I don't really care if he gets what he wanted out of the deal or not. I just think that we can't have a demon running around. We can't morally
Yes, I'm surprised that was your
Agree.
second point.
to let this demon get out.
Well,
Devil.
you said yourself that spells or runes, however it works, take time to cast. So once he enters Rolf's body, it sounds like we have some time. May not
Right,
be a lot, but
Rolf may be extremely powerful at that point. He may have the power of a devil.
Sure.
We don't know. That's the problem. We're playing with fire here, and by the way, the contract says no harm comes to the family, not us. So the second we release him, he can start attacking us, and we
I
can
know.
do what about it? Fight him back? Sure, fine. Do you think we can stand up to a devil at this point? Because we had trouble fighting 3 vampires, and I'm assuming a devil is way more strong than that. Way stronger than that.
I thought we did it pretty good.
No, but I'm assuming a devil is way stronger than that, though. You're right, we did do pretty well against the vampires, but this is a whole different animal.
It's a fiend.
Thank you.
Sorry, forced habit.
It's okay. Look, I don't know how. I honestly don't know how much time we have. We don't have a month. I'll tell you that right now. But I don't believe we have less than a day.
Can we make it to the temple if we use his name?
Can we make it to?
Can we, like
Oh.
we said, we get more powerful people. Or
Even
higher
if they're
up
not more
ranking.
powerful, just more people that can help in this situation. Because right now we're at the end of our ropes.
We'll also have to bring Rolf by force.
I'm fine with that. More than fine with
What do you
that.
guys?
Does anyone oppose? Does anyone have anything to add here? Because I don't want to be the one.
Honestly, I agree with it. I don't see another plan or option for us to take.
I'm not going to stop you, but I'm going to prepare you for the worst on this. It's the only other solution. If nothing else works, and you know it.
Tiny one.
I think we gotta go to the temple or go into town and find some help. As long as this diadem can be moved off of this location and there's no reason it has to stay.
Well, I walked around the house and it didn't stay in. It didn't bind me to the house, so I'm hoping that I can walk off the premises and without much issue. And I am very fast. I can get there pretty quickly.
Say that a lot.
I mean, I am.
You're very good on this whole I'm very fast thing.
Like the fastest
I
in
feel
the
like you're
universe.
focusing on the wrong thing here. It's the fastest guy.
Let's give it a shot.
Very well. If you can find some clerics at this temple.
I spotted a temple on the way in, and I don't believe any of us know much about the god Soka, but I'm ready to learn.
Question mark?
Just
You know a little
hold that in if you could.
I mean, I'll try, but
No, but please.
Soka?
Not your breath, but the.
Make a
No,
make
it's
a
gotta do my breath.
religion check.
makes no sense.
Actually, religion for Garrett,
You do?
history
Okay.
for Bowers.
Garrett's red, Bars is black.
She knows Soka too.
Yes, make a religion check.
touched her.
18.
30.
18.
18 versus
The Wave Rider.
Her too.
Yep.
Oh shit.
The Ahsoka, known as the Wave Rider, is the god of the seas and all the creatures that live within it. She was also responsible for the creation of the Fountain of Life, essentially a fountain of resurrection that is fabled to be somewhere within the world, but as far as you know, nobody has ever seen it or come across it. She is temperamental as far as gods go. Like the seas, she can be calm, cool, and peaceful, or she can be a raging tempest. Her followers are often dressed in pale blue robes. Don't know how useful they're going to be when it comes to dealing with the 9 hells, but
Any power.
that's for you to find out. What time are we at? 11:15. Yeah.
Oh.
So we're probably going to wind up calling it there, and we can pick up next time at the temple. But good shit. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Man,
that's-
Dyrus hates that guy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You know why.
God,
Yeah.
I mean-
That's why I told him, I was like, you're making this really personal, bud.
But there's a reason.
Why not?
Yeah.
Ferris wants to know why. We're gonna get some answers, boy.
We'll see how you ask.
But so thank you guys for joining us. It's been a lot of fun. Sorry there was no combat this week. I know a lot of people in the chat like combat.
There was a lot of verbal combat.
Yeah, there was a
So
lot
much
of
verbal.
verbal daggers being thrown around.
And a gun pointed into somebody's face.
Yeah.
Staff.
And a staff.
I also
and a
kind
rock,
of
maybe.
hopefully want Eric and Xanier to be here next
we're
week.
gonna have
She's
all-
not going to be here.
Oh, I'm not gonna be here.
There goes our GPS.
Dad!
I know. I
Can't
where
believe
will
you've
I
done
be on
this.
Wednesday?
We can't get to this quick.
Uh,
No, I'm just kidding.
You know what?
I
I might
doubt
be
it.
able to computer in. We'll see. I'm
Ooh.
on
We'll see,
on
we'll see.
vacation.
If you can, you can.
Computer
Oh,
in.
you're gonna computer it.
Yeah.
Technical terms.
I'm working on
Who's
IT. That's
gonna
the
go
term.
Yeah,
I'm seeing like a early 2000s
Did you turn it
hacker
off, Alan?
montage. I'm computering into the mainframe.
Yes. I've got to get through. I'm almost there.
Control Delete. I'm in.
Never once touching the mouse.
No.
Right?
Typing.
Well, it's
What
a
do you
Linux.
think?
It's
Oh,
Linux.
Phelan
You don't
is
need the mouse.
in
Carry
the
the
computer.
The files.
An old CRT monitor with green text on it. Oh,
So
thank
next
you.
week we'll be gaining in Arik probably, and a Xanier back, but we're losing a Phelan.
Losing
Two
a
minus
fan.
one. We're
But
still-
maybe.
still
Well,
in that game.
we may have a Skype sesh with her.
Man, you would have been super useful for a devil fight. Anyway.
Oh.
Don't
Maybe
say
the
that.
most
Bring
useful.
all of your stuff with you on vacation.
No, I'm kidding.
Yes, I'm gonna.
Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you again to all of our Patreon and Twitch subscribers.
Devil fight.
We will see you next time.
Where?
Next time on the Critical
Did you
Miss.
just
The
throw
devil
up?
fight.
No, I burped.
What? Can we make like a hype video or like a hype stream?
Going for
Like
devil fights?
Just.
Celine 7 versus the Devil fight.
Just.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was just gonna be a bunch
Like,
of fingers
like Connor McDavid versus the.